We're back. NBA Finals, Game 3. I'm with my boy Boston Nick, Troy T. And man, oh man, do we have a Game 3 ahead of us. This is going to be an absolute banger. But before we get into the quick preview of the game, how are you guys doing today?
So far, so good. I got my hot tub girl video streams in on Kick. Ready to rock and roll. You know me, same shit, different day.
Troy, how you doing?
I'm having a rough day on the diamond, but hopefully things come together, man. Looking forward to this NBA Finals. That's where I like to be.
I'm right there with you. Chat's already going. We got Smoking Mirrors. He says, let's get it, fam. Dan Kelly throwing out the same game parlay. First bet of the day in the chat. So same game parlay. Jokic over 11.5 assists. Denver Nuggets money line pays 3-1. Me and Troy were trying to come up with something for a same game parlay, but I think we decided off that maybe the live bets might be a better scenario.
Yeah.
Who else is in the Cashman says Dan Kelly, what site? Caesars has 10.5 money line. Mr. Trifecta says, what are their fights on? Yeah, this is the Phantom for a UFC stream, but this is basketball. Quick preview though of this game. Let's talk about where the money's coming in. 70% of the money's coming in on the spread for the Denver Nuggets, and then 75% of the money line bets are coming in on the Denver Nuggets. Deservedly so, man. I mean, they're damn near double-digit favorites, and now they're coming back down to a pick 'em. Usually home court advantage usually is worth 3.5 points. So the bookies are saying the Denver Nuggets should be -5 or -6. So somewhat the public has taken some buyback on that action, which could create an opportunity here for the Heat. They haven't been too shabby at home either, and they definitely made some adjustments in game 2. This isn't a 2K game. A lot of coaching adjustments have been made in a winning strategy. But for you guys here, what are you guys looking at here? Because for me, the biggest thing that I took away from the first 2 games is the pace of play. They're talking about it a little bit on Jimmy's show. And, man, Denver Nuggets, man, in this series, 89.75 pace of play, and it's dropped from their 96.33 mark throughout the previous round. So that's a huge drop in possessions, and that has translated into their points per game. And then for the Heat, Troy was talking a little bit about that zone. We were wondering, Troy, what are you talking about the zone? Then it came out in the fourth quarter.
Right.
The fourth quarter zone was the way for the Heat to win. So there's nobody out there in the betting community, the daily fantasy community, that was talking about the zone. So I'm going to swing it to you, Troy. What are you looking at here for this game? And the Heat whisper, what do you think the Heat are going to do tonight? Because you're spot on with the zone.
Hey, the Heat ran my pockets in the Celtics and the Bucks series, so I kind of learned my lesson. I know what to expect from this team at this I know what to expect from this team at this point, I feel like. So just touch on it real quick, and I'm going to give a very quick summary of what I got here. So like Brizzy was talking about, this line opened Heat +2. It's up to Heat plus 3.5. Usually I don't fade the market move, but the Heat are 3-0 straight up in this market environment. When you got 70+% of the tickets and the money on the away team, Heat are at home. They're 3-0 so far this playoffs. The Nuggets on the road this season are just 23-25, and by my count, they're only 10-17 versus quality teams on the road. Heat 3-0 at home this playoffs in the first game of the series, and I think that the Heat kind of put some doubt in the Nuggets' heads after taking their first home loss in Denver. And now they're going on the road for the first time in over a half a month. I just think it's a bad formula. It's a bad spot for the Nuggets, in my opinion. And this is Heat for me. I'm on the Heat money line. I'm on the Heat +3, the Heat +3.5, and I'm on the first half money line.
See, I feel a little bit greedy, man. I feel just a little bit greedy because I wanted to bet the Heat, but I don't know why I wanted a little bit more plus money. Maybe because we're on stream Sunday and we saw that big plus money go through the ticket window. But the man, the myth, the legend that they call around in the Vegas streets here, C-Mac with the pack, though.
What up, Connor? How are you, brother?
Really beaming.
We're just talking about a little bit where the money's coming in, where the game's going here. What are your thoughts and opinions here as we're about to get off for tip?
Yeah, I mean, I get why everyone thinks, and maybe the Nuggets come out hot here. They've been all right, but I'm not that impressed, who they really beat in the West. And I don't think they're a great road team all year. So I can't back them laying points here, period. I'd only look maybe early if you like it. It's the Heat or nothing here.
I'm right there with you, C-Mac. I had the same exact sentiments. I couldn't go to the window with the Denver Nuggets, even though I think they're the better team. Just the price tag that feels a little bit Vegas trap spot. I actually think the best bet in this game, I was talking to Troy a little bit about it, about how Denver's the highest elevation in the league, and then Miami's the lowest elevation in the league. It might take the teams a quarter or two to get going here. My best bet here in this game was the first half under 110 and a half at minus 114. That line's moved down to minus, I think it's 107, 108 is some spots and points bet. But, man, for NBA first half unders, 59, 43, and 3, 58% covering since 2005. And for Eastern Conference venues have been 32, 17, and 2, covering at 65%. And the first half totals throughout the first two games, 101 and 108, with the average being 104.5. So I feel like it might take both of these two teams get going here. Do you have the same sentiments, or how do you feel about the totals in this one?
Go ahead, Troy.
Here, I'll give my take on the total. I was actually going to follow Brizzy on this one, but when I went to check it, he got the 110. I got the one. I would have to take the 107.5 or 108.5. You know, when the total's that low, there's just so much less margin for error. So I chose to pass on it. But I think the under is the right play.
I took the under first half, 107.5, and I took Joker under 51.5 points, rebound, and assist. I hit his over in this last game, 50. I think it was 53. Yeah, it was 53 solid. But
I don't blame you, man. Let's get into the prop market. Nick, Kevin Love over 11.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I paid the juice for this one. We got the juice box out. We're on stream on Sunday, and I was shitting on Kevin Love, and Kevin Love was shitting on I didn't have my daily fantasy lineup, so I didn't really give a fuck. I didn't bet him, but
you were ripping him.
Daily fantasy. I was ripping him, though. I rewinded it a little bit. I was ripping him, but
I knew if he hit one, he was going to hit another, though. I knew it.
Yo, that shit was crazy, though, because those were like some real clutch shots, and then we're shitting on him after he missed that layup and grabbed the rebound. That shit was so fun. I took his PRA over, though. He's gone over 15-plus points, rebounds, and assists in all 7 playoff starts of when he played 20-plus minutes, and he's gone over 14 rebounds and assists, 9 out of his last 15 playoff starts, and gone over 12 points, rebounds, and assists in 67% of his playoff starts. So, I mean, he's been getting it done in the rebounding category. 5-plus rebounds in 50 out of his last 61 games when playing 14 through 25 minutes. So as long as K-Love's starting and he's in the lineup tonight, fire me up some K-Love. And I went back to the well. I guess I like punishment. I went with MPJ, over points, rebounds, and assists, 22.5, minus 125. If there's a player that's due for positive regression in this series, it's got to be Michael Porter Jr. Everybody was shitting on Max Strus, and look what he did in game 2. I feel like Michael Porter Jr., I mean, when 99% of the tickets are on over your 3-point prop, yeah, you're probably going to get benched in the second half for Christian Braun. I don't think that's going to happen today. People have buyer's remorse for Michael Porter Jr. And I was talking to Troy about this. You know, when you get pulled out of a game or something like that, especially in basketball, and then you get to start the next game, you start boxing out a little bit more. You start thinking about playing defense, and that's Michael Porter Jr.'s Achilles heel for his whole entire career is his defense.
Tip off.
Yeah.
Wow, tip off's already underway.
Anybody got any prop bets?
Yeah, I bet Gabe Vincent over 14.5 at plus 100. So part of this cap, and I had a lot of stuff on the matchup. We just didn't have time to get into it really. But I feel like the Nuggets are going to have an adjustments on their defense against pick and rolls. They're probably going to change their coverage to hedge, where Jokic plays over the top and, defends against pull-up threes, and he's going to drop back and play a drop coverage, defend the entry pass to Bam Adebayo. And I just feel like Gabe Vincent's going to have the opportunity to put up points in the mid-range and from 3 because of that adjustment. But we'll see if that plays out.
Uh-oh. We got the first basket going. Bam Adebayo misses the layup. Who's going to get the first basket and who's going to cash those tickets? If you have Aaron Gordon free throw that's under?
Who was it?
No shooting foul. No shooting foul. We are waiting for the first basket.
Bam?
Some of the fucking ticket prices on these first baskets that they have nowadays on FanDuel, you could bet the first basket method of victory. So for it to be somebody to make a 3-pointer or a layup, I mean, the odds are ridiculous. couple of misses, and I'm loving it.
I think Bam got the first bucket.
Yeah, Bam got the first bucket, little layup. Oh, man. Here we go, baby.
Oh, he's still shooting that three like last game.
Strusey,
Yeah, tall white boy.
tall white boy.
Yeah, on the Heat.
No, K-Love. K-Love. That's K-Love.
You know me, I'm not
Guys,
an NBA
that's
name.
the one problem I have with these live streams is everyone's ahead of me, man. YouTube TV is slow as hell.
I'm usually behind.
I
too.
know. I'm on YouTube TV, too.
Yeah.
Shouts to my guy K-Love getting the party started, baby. Shouts to anybody that got that K-Love over on the 3-point prop. What was it at probably today? 1.5 today?
I do not know.
I don't know either. I know his points were 6.5.
Armchair MMA said who scored first. Bam Adebayo layup was the method of victory for the first basket here. Hopefully we have some gas popping in later on. We got the guys on the panel right now. You don't feel like you guys got to stay the whole entire time. You guys want to pop in for a quarter or two, or you guys want to stay for the whole time. It's all good. This leads right into the daily session at 10 o'clock.
They want to die in on us right there for a second.
You know, I'm loving it right now, man. We're seeing some bricks, we're seeing some misses. Altitude's fucking with these players. They're all overshooting the basket right now.
Oh, that under Briz is looking fire. Jesus.
It's weird because I am not a over under better ever. And shouts to Noli, man. Noli knows. Put me on the over unders.
They're on a run right now. Both
Yeah,
teams.
they're on a big run right now. Both teams. Now this live line's gone up back to the pre-flop. 110.5 minus 115 for the first half under. Now we're sweating a little bit. These boys are starting to make a couple jumpers. For the full game, though, I'm looking to get a full game under going, but it's probably more of like a third, fourth quarter type of thing rather than like early in the game where we don't really know how this game's going to turn out.
Yeah, I mean, look at the last game. I thought that game would stay under, and they scored, 70 points just about in the fourth.
Dude, that was wild. I had the full game over and some tickets.
Yeah,
I was sweating it, man. I was sweating it because by the live betting odds, they were not kind to me. They wanted me to rebet it again and again and again, but I didn't do it.
My man Spo is a hard ass, isn't he? He lets Jokic go one-on-one, deny ball on Caldwell Pope, on MPJ.
One turn.
I got to check these daily fantasy tickets. I got some daily fantasy tickets going off tonight. Went with a little 8 max competition tonight and played a lot of Michael Porter Jr., so I need him to get going here.
Yeah, I like the under too. I'm just telling you. Heat haven't gone under.
Yeah, I know.
You know, they were great all year. And the problem is that it was where that total was at. And we saw game one. I was like, if I see 220, 219, I'm going to be all over it. Because it's just a little too low right here at 213, I think. And a lot of these games have ended up, right there, right, barely over. But I get it. Hey.
So one thing I don't like about the over-unders, especially in basketball, they're always like a point or two off. So like getting those opening numbers and seeing where the number opened at is very, very important when you're betting basketball over-unders. But like in baseball or something like that, I don't care if it moves. If I think these two pitchers are doing good, I'm still going to bet the under.
In baseball, in over-unders, like I keep this whole market efficiency database. There's no correlation between lines going up on totals or down on totals with the final result. Like none that I could see.
That's good news because by default, I just go with that.
Yeah.
But I think it matters a lot on the money line tickets. Me and Big Show had some arguments about this before. He thinks that it doesn't matter where the money's coming in on, but I definitely think it does because, I mean, parlays are the way the general public bets, and they don't want to pay out big parlays to people. So
here's my question on how that money, the cash flow comes in is that I don't know if I ever found an answer for is what about all the derivative bets? Like, do they play into that at all? So, for example, like Heat, if you put Heat money line on a parlay, or if you did like Heat double result, are they counting that towards the money line tickets, or is it just pure straight money line bets?
So my theory is it depends on the sport. Correct me if I'm wrong, Connor. I feel like in hockey, if you look at like where the money's coming in on, especially like regular season, like people just blindly bet the underdog because they're plus money or something like that, and it doesn't mean as much. But in like other sports, it means a lot more. I feel like UFC, for example.
Yeah. Right. You're saying you see
they're running this fucking ball. Oh my god, slow it the fuck down. Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
We'll take that, Nick. We got MPJ props tonight.
No, they don't.
Shout
out first half, though.
He said no, they don't. But I mean, still, I got MPJ props. I need them in daily fantasy. I can make more money in daily fantasy than any sports bet that I play.
That's my biggest thing. I hate taking a pre-flop bet, right? When I could have just taken a better line
during the game. Sometimes I just don't even, especially with totals in basketball, I just don't even try to think about it. Because like a total in basketball could look so bad or so good, and then 2 minutes happen, and then it just changes the whole direct outcome of the game, especially in the first half and first quarter.
I just feel like you're going to get a number on both sides, whether you want to take the over or under live, no matter what.
And the side.
Yeah.
I did a little. I got the numbers on the this playoff. I stopped counting it after the when the conference final started. But if you look at every game, both teams in every single game, on average, both teams led by 6 points at one point in the game. So on average, you're getting a better line live, and that's not the case in the regular season.
That is definitely not the case in the regular season. Currently, the score at the end of the first TV timeout here, 14-12. People are sweating out the race to 20 bets here.
Oh, I forgot about those.
I know a lot of Nugget first quarterbackers too.
A lot of Nugget first quarterbackers. But my theory is specifically for the NBA about backing first quarter bets, and the reason why I stopped doing it as much is because why would the books pay out, for example, like Nuggets game? Why would they pay out all the race to 20, 25, 30, first quarter, first half, and the full game money line? Like the books would just get ripped. I feel like that means like the Heat are probably going to be live early in this game, and it's the case so far, 14-12.
Yeah.
Man, tomorrow's PFL, right, Billy?
Tomorrow is PFL.
You don't have to go over any bets. I just remember.
I was gonna say, don't get me started about PFL. I woke up at 3:00 in the morning yesterday. Did my deep research on the standings, who needs what, and we're ready to go for PFL. I'll let you know that parlay Bill's coming back, old fashioned style. Get the juice bags out because the lines on that card are ridiculous, bro.
So Nick, is that your specialty, MMA?
Yeah, that's my go-to. And I mean, I guess hockey would be second. Mostly though, I just bet one thing. It's over under first period, second period type shit.
Nah, Nick is the fucking gem for no distance bets.
That's my favorite bet.
That is the shit. We be catching some on the UFC streams. We be catching like some certain fights. Nick would be like, "Yeah, no distance," and it'd be like plus 130, plus 140, just off like talking about the fights and stuff like that. And that should be cash, and that should be clutch.
Because there's for instance, there was a fight a month ago or 2 months ago, or a card 2 months ago, and both guys between the both of them have been finished one time. But it was the matchup that I liked. They were just both friggin', they slang in the pocket. And that was like a plus 160-ish, 70-ish fight, over under 2.5, and it hit within the first round. So it's just all about matchups. It's not a team sport. It's one-on-one.
Right.
Yeah, so MMA to me is a little bit more fun to cap, a little bit more creativity to it.
I have a buddy who I told I was going on Pub Sports Radio's live stream, and he was like, "Oh, I watch. Must be you, Nick, on Pub Sports Radio. He's my favorite guy to watch and shit." So
probably fucking.
What's his name? Do you know?
I don't know if he participates in chats or anything like that. His name's Tim Crowley.
I've seen that name before.
Yeah.
Well, I do have a family member that's married to somebody named Corrales. That could be it also, though.
Mr. Miami himself, Dwayne Wade, sitting courtside tonight for Game 3. Do you guys think that helps the Heat out a little bit here from a money line bet?
Oh, fuck all that shit. He ain't dribbling the
But
ball.
I swear to God, bro, when the Lakers play at the crib and they have all the stars in there in LA, they play a lot better.
Tied up 14-14.
Who wouldn't? If I look courtside and saw Kim Kardashian, I'm playing my heart out, man.
I mean, don't go. There we go. I mean, that's a double-edged sword, though. You could try to do too much with it, on the court and just fuck up. I don't know.
They're in the NBA, man. Fucking the closest things to superheroes real life superheroes that we have. People are 6'10", running up and down the court like fast as hell.
Connor, what do you think? Do you think it makes a difference?
What'd you say?
Think it makes a difference if there's like a Kim Kardashian sitting front row? You know what I mean?
No.
I don't think so, right? Yeah.
For basketball, you don't think so? I feel like basketball is the only professional sport.
Oh, thank you, Big Show. It's a joke from last night. Hold on.
No, I feel like basketball is the only professional sport where you're so close with the fans that it's more of a general connection. Like in a baseball stadium, bro, you can't even see who the fuck's in left field. But in the basketball gymnasium, you can see who's in the second and the third row. It's pretty easy to see.
This guy, actually, I'll have to explain that because I had a bet soap in the game or something like that as my secondary name. There's this guy in the true crime genre that says he makes his own soap and sells it. He does sell it, but we just found out that he doesn't make his own soap. He buys it from an online place for $20 for 20 bars of soap, and he sells these bars of soap for $15, and he doesn't even make the soap. So we had just called him out for it recently. And
I would call him out too, bro.
He's all his freaking supporters, they're buying freaking hundreds of dollars of soap every motherfucking day, and because he's saying he's making it. No, he's buying it and putting a package label on it, which is allowed. The company allows you to do that, but it's still not cool to do to your freaking supporters.
That is such a bad foul by Bruce Brown. But shouts to Troy. Troy's got the Gabe Vincent over on his point prop, so I'm not gonna hate. Go get those easy 3 points.
I appreciate that.
What is this?
C-Mac, do you have anything flying off in the diamond today? I saw a lot of games have been canceled and postponed with the fucking Canadians.
Yeah, a few bets I was gonna make. I have the Astros here.
Don't coin. I'm gonna lose this Joker bet. He's getting
assists. It does look great. They're gonna lose. It looks like.
Nothing about it off for these West Coast games.
No, I'm on Rockies first 5.
Wow, you back Seabold today? How much money was coming in on San Francisco?
Didn't matter.
What up, Mr. Veek?
When I see a name like Seabold as the starting pitcher, I don't even look at the game. I'm just like, next.
Don't go in. All right.
But it's still Coors, though. Coors is like I think Coors is one of the funnest games to cap for baseball because you always get good lines on it.
I think usually beer. I'm like, I like Coors. Shit. I'm just zoned out watching this game. Coors Field, got it.
Oh my God, man!
Stop this run.
Who are you telling, Nick? I feel like they're not missing right now. I mean, the live total is going down, but my eyes are telling me.
Oh no, it did go down. It's 105.5 first half.
Yeah, my eyes are telling me way different, bro. These motherfuckers haven't missed.
My body's telling me. Yes, I'm.
Shouts to Proof Bets. He says, "My guys, what's up?" Shouts to Harold Williams. He said, "Good for me, Gabe. Over 13.5 points. He's riding with Troy's bet on that one, or they just might have the same exact bet." You know what they say? 2 great minds think alike. Philip was agreeing with me. He said, "For Jordan Poole, yes." And then my guy Dev.
Great minds think alike, not 2 great minds. I love you, dog.
Come with some slack here, man. I had a weird sleeping day today, man.
Denver just scored, by the way, 2016. They're on a run.
Yeah, but the Heat also haven't made a field goal in the last 4 minutes. So that's kind of clutch. That's why the live total is gone.
that's good.
Yo, so we're talking about this on stream on Sunday. Would you rather have DeMarcus Cousins or Cody Zeller? And man, Cody Zeller's out here on the floor and he's fucking it up again. But I'll give him great credit. He runs in great form and he has good cardio.
At this point of the season, they don't need anything else but for him to run up and down the court, put pressure on Jokic, and that's about it. That's all he's good for. Just
guys, smash that like. I apologize real quick. We got 35 likes.
A guy that hustles or a guy that just
well.
can score the ball, but he's absolutely fucking just garbage on defense and no hustle, no IQ.
Give me Boogie, man. Boogie. We'll sell tickets with Boogie.
Oh, my God.
But like Nick was saying, though, smash that like button. If you guys haven't already, hit that bell notification. If you want to become a member, make sure you sign up. $4.99 a month. That's 17 cents a day. It's the beginning of the month. You know those things got to renew, so make sure you hit the renew. I got to do it.
Oh, it does it automatically. It does it automatically for you.
I'll be doing that shit manually on my computer. I don't know.
I don't like how the Heat take Bam and Kevin Love off the floor at the same time.
It makes no sense. Like, you just – I don't know. You're just leaving Cody Zeller out here on an island by himself.
Yeah. That's what it looks like, dude.
You know, you guys ever seen Jeff Nadeau's MMA? I'm sorry, MMA Mafia podcast he does. Have you seen that, Connor?
Yeah, I've seen it before.
I actually saw Dave Fortnite go on a whole entire thing about how
they just did his kid.
Fired him.
He was getting paid $100K a year. It's a commercial right now. $100K a year, and he it was a 2-year, but after the first year they could renegotiate. I guess they.
It was like a team option deal, like a basketball player or something like that.
It was guaranteed one renegotiate. Oh my God, I should have smoked. Renegotiate. Are you serious right now? Hopefully, somebody clip this, please. They renegotiate. Oh my God.
You got
renegotiate.
Renegotiate. What the hell is going on right now? His contract at a year, but it was like there was 2 years in it. Like he was not guaranteed 2 years, but I don't know. But
Nick, bro, he asked for double the fucking money, bro. The fuck?
Well, they offered him 10K more, so 110K a year. That podcast does well. 800 live viewers every single time.
Bro,
it does
200K for a podcast, bro, is wild.
No, it's not worth 200K exactly. But that's his second time leaving there, so you never know.
That's it.
You never know.
I think that's it for him, Nick. Like they might do some collab type things, but I don't think Fortnite was fucking with all that.
He's doing his own thing on his own. Well, it was always on his podcast, but it was just sponsored by Barstool. So he's still gonna make bank. He'll still make
sponsorship
close to 100K. Yeah, close to 100K a year easily with AdSense.
He should have took it. I heard it wasn't 100K, but it was like 85 or 90. Anyways.
Should have took it 100%.
Yeah, I mean, he never, went to the office. I mean, but hey, he wants to do it on his own.
I think all his super chats and memberships and shit like that, Connor. I think he had to split those with him as well. I have to ask him because I've been talking a little bit because I've been really into the mafia shit. Yeah, I love that shit, bro. They got like Sammy the Bull over here telling stories now. Just got let out of prison a couple years ago, but they should have took it. I mean, 100K a year is good money. It is. The morning show.
This jazzy jazz video for this weekend, man. Shout for a person that's gotten a lot of Canadian hate. I've been getting the Canadian love for this fight week, baby. We're in Vancouver this weekend, so make sure you guys are tuned in for Saturday. Amanda Nunes, Irene Aldana. This is a basketball podcast, but we got to talk about it a little bit.
Nunes, that's easy work for Nunes. Easy work.
Hot take, bro. I definitely think Aldana is a live underdog.
So you're going to take her right down on the mat and sub her within the first 2 rounds, I'm going to say.
Nick, bro, you know who she trains with, bro.
I don't give a shit who she trains with.
You know who she trains with, bro. These guys were literally
2 years.
We're literally on the ground fucking laughing at me. Fucking laugh. Troy, listen, they're fucking laughing at me, man. about betting Alexa Grasso over Valentina
I don't want to
Shevchenko.
hear that. I don't want to
You
hear
guys
that.
are fucking laughing at me,
Not the
telling
same.
me it's never gonna happen. This bitch isn't gonna win. Blah blah blah. And I went to Atlantic City and picked up a good amount of cash that
Bro,
night.
her knee was fucking all fucked up, the whole nine. In the rematch, she freaking murked her. But real quick, Nate, yeah, it's been up for years. But he's got a website now. I pay $4.99, and there's like he puts new stories on there, and then also he does lives now. So I've been talking to him through Instagram.
Wow.
I want to try to get a bunch of freaking mafia guys together, ex-mafia guys.
Shout out to Smoke and Mirrors. 5 donos.
Where?
Gifted, my man.
Oh shit!
As always. Shout out to you, my guy, Smoke and Mirrors.
Oh, you only
Always
see it.
donating members.
You could only see it on the YouTube side.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Shout out to Smoking Mirrors.
Yep, and all you have to do is click it. You and then you allow get memberships. You have to allow it in order to get be able to get gifted. But we got Smooth gifted membership, Gerald Jones, Juan Chavez, Kevin K, and Stimio G.
Stimio G, the OG.
Appreciate that, Smoke and Mirrors.
Yeah, bro, that's fire. We appreciate all the donos, man. That all goes back to the company and making things better here, man. Shout outs to my guy, Nasty Nate says, oh, that's dope. Big Show says thanks. And we all appreciate it here on the panel.
Nuggets are finding ways to get Jokic the ball in the middle of the paint or free throw line extended, and he's just undefendable.
You know what's actually interesting here with the bench unit here in the second bench unit here for the Nuggets, they're actually going with a 2-3 zone. 2-3 zone matchup zone where they're playing man-to-man when it goes to the corner.
Yep. Wow. Taste your own medicine? Is that what Malone's saying?
Malone said, you want to go zone? Let me put these scrubs out here that know how to play some systematic basketball.
Ooh.
You know, Christian Braun love playing good fundamentals over there at Kansas.
That's weird.
I like the kid. I like the way he,
I thought
like
he
his
was good,
impact.
and then I saw Grady Dick.
Grady Dick. Yeah, he's on
Moby Dick? What I heard?
Nah, man, Grady Dick is this white kid out of Kansas, man. He is fucking good, Nick. When I mean good, he can shoot lights out. He did a video of visiting the Mavericks arena the other day because they're looking to draft him at the 10th pick to put him with Luka. And he posted on his Twitter, he said, we up in this bitch. And it's him dancing in the locker room. That shit was fire. He's a great social media ad, too, for a team. So I think he might get drafted 10 to the Mavericks.
Hey, Brizzy, you saw that play by Zeller right there?
Zeller's out here doing the damn thing.
Never see Boogie ever do something like that, ever.
I've seen Boogie do a lot of shit, actually.
Hey, his athleticism helped him make up for a lot of the fucking, laziness.
My fucking ass fucking changed the channel of the game. I thought it was still on commercial. Freaking A.
Oh, that's why you're ahead of us.
Oh, I like
I was talking like an idiot.
I like
You gotta
you
go
behind
local,
us,
right?
And the Heat could win the first quarter with this possession. That's what I'm seeing.
You know what the craziest thing is? Malone's going deep in the bench tonight. Reggie Jackson, this got to be his first playoff appearance throughout this playoff.
Heat just tied it up 24-24 with 3.1 seconds left.
He played like 3 minutes in one of the
Deep
games.
three, brick. So you got to push on the if you took the points, you win for the first quarter.
What was the Nuggets' first quarter spread?
I don't know that.
That was a half, I thought.
It had to be at least a
I
half.
think it was Nuggets minus 1.5.
Oh, was it high? I thought some people said it was a half. But...
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of the first half, actually. Yeah, I didn't even look at first quarter.
Now you guys got me looking because I actually don't
both.
think that Nuggets first quarter came through. I know a lot of people that were on the Nuggets first quarter, first half.
Wait,
Yeah, there's a ton on
first quarter tie is plus 1,500. No way.
Uh-oh. Here we go. First quarter tie, 1,500. Mr. Vape said, ending the tie, LOL. Rick J said, imagine losing millions on that Lowry shot. Scott Foster said it opened up at a half. Wow, I feel bad for those people that took that Nuggets minus the half. Sharps are dead. Spicy chicken nuggets, baby. Let's go. End of the first quarter.
Real quick, I have a question. Is it there's no way first quarter tie is plus 1,500, right?
It is probably, bro.
Yeah, it probably is.
That happens all the time. Really?
I wonder how often it does happen. I'm not sure. I've never seen that one.
In the finals too? Damn.
This shit's crazy though, man.
Could have been
Because
the perfect time to bet that. I mean, hindsight's 2020, but
I wonder if it was a live bet. Oh, pregame, he said. He just said
pregame bet. It's crazy because these NBA finals, man. It's one of the rare moments that I've really got to look at. Like even on the player props, I got to start looking at where the money's coming in at. Because that MPJ one, once I saw 99% of the money was coming in on the over on his threes last game, I knew I was fucked.
I've never looked at prop. Is that on Action Network?
Yeah, it's on Action and what's that thing? Damn, what is that company called? The one that does the golf shit and stuff like that. Fuck. I can't think of it, so it's
TBG?
probably not worth it. Nah, it's probably not even worth bringing it up because I think it's actually a company that does YouTube content too, and it's not Run Peter Sports. Blitzer Bobby says he was almost because of so. Billy, thanks to Captain Mancho says y'all boys with the fucking crickets, Nuggets jerseys, doo doo. No buy hat engage. I haven't placed a ticket yet, but yes, I do have a Denver Nuggets hat on tonight this evening.
So
Wow.
only 1 out of 20 games, first quarter ties. Damn.
I gotta hit up Jim. Yeah, we'll have video.
Say that
I don't
again?
know. We'll do it on Sunday or Monday for the U.S. Open.
Whoa, we're doing
And then
U.S.
I'll put 'em
Open,
in there.
baby. Let's go. Golf content
Next
back
week.
on the channel.
Soon.
Hey, Nick,
5
what did you
days.
say with the stats on the
They just said it will probably happens only 1 out of 20 games, first quarter tie. I would think that's
1 out of 20?
it happened more than that.
Let me hit a quick commercial.
Now, if you could filter that down to just where the spread is
Yeah.
under 3, or whatever, that'd be interesting to look at.
Yeah.
I gotta
Go
go
ahead,
grab
Billy Bucket.
food real quick. Let me
I'm
hit
gonna
this.
go use the ladies' room.
Yeah, I gotta go grab this food real quick too.
And we are back. Denver looks like the first bucket of the second quarter. How many points,
man.
rebounds, assists Joker has right now?
First
Connor?
5 or split, I
10,
guess.
3 and something. What do you have? He had
Under 51.5. What did you have, Connor? What? First 5 what?
10, 3 and 7.
No. I should have took it. I was just saying.
Oh, shit.
I wonder what Joker does have, though. Troy.
He has 10, 3 and 7. So I think he's got 20 total right now.
Yeah, I'm fucked.
It's early.
Very early.
And
Damn
we're
it.
back. My bad.
It's
Right.
early, but I thought his 28.5. I would just take the over.
I took the edge at the total over 50
His
fucking
points.
points.
Yeah, the
I
way
would-
the Heat are defending them. Yeah. My wife wanted to take his under. She's a Nuggets fan, so she wanted to take it under, and she took MPJ's threes.
Oh, she's getting ready for punishment. Bell A says first half under live 102.5 plus 105. Captain Montumbo says cricket, second most popular sport behind soccer. Some failed reading comprehensive classes. Ricky J says Casey Jones, and Proof Bet says where that sucks Murray at. And I don't blame you. I got Jamal Murray in these fucking daily fantasy lineups, and I'm like happy, but like I'm not starting to root for points until the second. You'll see. Once we get into the third quarter here, I'm going to start firing off a bunch of live bets. So thank you guys for sitting with us here. Because usually I feel like our streams, we usually do more of the live bets in the beginning of the stream. And I don't know. My live betting philosophy is a little bit different. I feel like I like to live bet a little bit more after I see a lot more information.
Yeah, I'll make a move maybe or two here on the props at halftime, or even live.
If anything, the only thing I'm eyeing up here is a Heat money line bet. I mean, the more and more plus money we get on that, if we get like somewhere close to where the money line was in the 2 previous games, I think I'll fire off on the Heat. Especially with Troy giving out that stat earlier about how each team has led by 6 points or more throughout one of these games. So whoever goes off on that big run, I feel like we bet the other team, right?
It's a foul.
Yeah.
That's a good foul, though, by Jeff Green, though. I don't mind that foul at all.
As long as the ball don't go in.
Right? Like, as long as the ball don't go in, but go make Bam shoot free throws. I don't think he's lights out from the free throw line. By no
That's
means.
closer than I thought. I like Jeff Green.
Sharon, what up?
I love Jeff Green. But the one thing about Jeff Green that's always said is after he had that heart problem when he was in Cleveland, he's never been the same guy. It was a Cleveland or Boston where he had that.
Boston, I think. I remember him in Boston. Let me see.
Yeah, that's right. I remember him the most.
Remember he had that heart problem when he got that
bounced.
big contract, and he was never been the same since.
He just wasn't, he just was a decent role player,
He was about to be like fringe, borderline
Maybe.
star.
And yeah.
Fringe star, I feel like.
Yeah.
For a little bit, at least. I mean,
Patterson. Yeah, if you count Paul George as a star.
Yeah, not star. Yeah, star might be stretching it. Yeah, star stretching it.
Some like the Brandon Boys,
the
the Paul Georges of the world, the Jimmy Butlers of the world. They're second-tier stars.
Yeah, I mean, he averaged 15 points, a few times. 17.
He was about to start snapping, though. Caleb Martin looking like he's a little bit healthier this game. He's making some plays.
Fuck Astros.
Yeah, and now my action is live in the second quarter. I need the Heat money line first half.
Oh, yeah. You got the Heat money line first half. Shouts to my guy, Mr. Always Profit. He says, what's up, Billy? What up, Connor? What up? Troy, how are you doing, Mr. Always Profit? Thank you for joining us. Make sure you hit that like button on your way in. We got 47 live. Probably get some more live in the second half once this show leads into the daily sesh. So make sure you guys stay tuned. We got Pub Sports Radio shows popping off all day today because the show that came on before this was our daily fantasy show for MMA. And another Heat basket, and we are going into a timeout. I believe the score was 29-29.
Yeah,
I am ready, baby. I am ready to fire up.
All right, let's look at these props now.
The totals are 99 right now, first half. I like
What's it at?
99.
Beautiful. I could fucking kiss you.
Oh, don't you dare.
Let's look at these point props. I actually don't like any Jamal Murray props. Hell no, I don't feel like buying that.
They don't give me props till the second half.
I think they're giving me a good opportunity here on Gabe Vincent. 13.5 points, minus 154. Troy, you said you got minus 125 pre-flop, right?
I got 14.5 plus 100.
I'm thinking about Gabe Vincent props here, man, because it's not like he's been playing bad. Definitely. Or
No.
Gabe Vincent over 2.5 threes, minus 120. What was it pre-flop? 2.5 at plus money?
Was I think 2.5 at plus money, or it was 1.5 very juiced.
1.5, 2 plus money. Where's Maxi boy, little Maxi boy at? Little Maxi boy's been quiet tonight. Max Strus.
2 plus 3s plus 100.
2 plus 3s plus 100. Ah, man, I think I might fire off in this Gabe Vincent prop. That's going to be my first move of the night here. It goes against my philosophy.
I like it.
I love it. I've been rooting for you, Troy, all night, so I might as well jump in, right?
Let's get it.
Have some action here. If anybody wants to ride that, those are usually on the live books. But if you want to go over to my bookie, go over to MyBookie, use promo code PUBSports. One stack brings you 2 back. And they always have better lines over there at MyBookie is what I've learned.
Bam's got 7 boards already. His line's 13.5.
13.5. Did they have live double props? Or like that's probably stupid odds. 546.
Yeah, I don't see it. Damn, MPJ 3+3s is now +260. They're just denying him though. He's not the
First
right
half over 98.5. I don't blame you, Mr. Vape. If I didn't, damn, they suspended that prop as soon as I wanted to get in on it. So no Gabe Vincent prop off yet for me. They took it off the book, so that probably means he subbed out. No, all these parallel props are locked up. Why are they all locked up? That's so random. Harold Williams says Porter Jr. missing in action again. Yeah, I know. I was getting ready for punishment again playing that prop. As soon as I placed it, I was like, one of those.
You took his threes?
Nah, I took points, rebounds, and assists.
Oh, okay.
22.5 is pretty fat, though, Connor. You probably have to get what? Like, I would think a good Porter Jr. game tonight would be 13 points, 14 points, 8, 9 rebounds. But we got my guy, the man, the myth, the legend around here. He's from Delaware, but he represents the East Coast and all of us gamblers out here in the world because my man's going full time.
Oh, the Packers suck. Oh, hey, what's up, Razor?
Nick.
Sure, Razor.
What's up, brothers? What's going on, fellas?
How are you, man?
Good, man.
I'm
Big
straight,
game tonight. Big game 3. I'm on the under here. What you guys got?
Under
Fuck
first half.
yeah, Razor. I'm on the under first half. Razor, is that the $500 play for you tonight?
Yeah, $500 gamblers first glance under 214.5.
Oh, yeah. Put your shit on the fucking table. Shouts to my guy,
I love it.
diehard MMA.
Wait, fall on who? Oh man, that's tough. Gabe's got 2. We're back to back.
What up, Prime? What up, Clint?
Well, I'm glad I stayed off that prop, actually.
Well, yeah, now that he's got 2 fouls, he's probably going to the bench.
Yeah, he went straight to the bench. That's why they blocked it out. Actually, it's because he was going towards the bench.
Oh, Miami just hits a 3.
Who hit it?
Yes, sir.
I'm not the guy to ask.
Skin color.
Oh, God, I'm going to go there. It was number 16. I'll go that way.
So
Wow.
light skin. All you had to do was say light skin, and that narrows it down to 2 people.
I don't know the hell's
Oh,
politically
man.
correct these days. Oh, my God. The tall white boy that I was talking about. Did you say wait? Did you hit another one? No. Wait a minute. Yep, he just hit back-to-back 3s.
Caleb Martin, baby.
Martin.
He's back.
Jesus.
I thought that was maybe a good bet after he just was sick, no-showed.
See, Connor, these are one of those weird moments where my daily fantasy brain fucks with my betting brain because I thought he was a better daily fantasy play than actual sports bet. Like, I rather just play him in, like, daily fantasy. And if he does good, the lineup does good. And if he does bad, fuck it. At least I didn't have money on it, right?
8 straight points by the same guy.
When I was on the Celtics, I watched them play the Heat, and I lost with the Celtics. And I watched Duncan Robinson just fucking fill in the bucket every time down the court. It was dry. Like, I thought I was going to lose my mind.
All right, deep.
He's back. Caleb Martin, baby. The fucking Boston killer himself. He's showing up for the hometown fans. That's 8 straight points for Caleb Martin, like
Nice
Nicky
shot.
just said. Coming off the bench. Maybe he's just better in the bench role. Maybe you just don't start a guy like him.
That should be something there. Okay.
Murray with the tough 3.
Yep.
So if Caleb Martin's back and he's not sick today, I'm going to see if I can move on some of his point props.
5% total went up to 105.5. What was it? 99. A freaking run.
In a weird way, bro, I feel like the Denver Nuggets are playing checkers and Eric Spoelstra's playing chess. Like,
I hate checkers.
I hate checkers.
So boring.
bro, these player rotations are wild, bro. These are like the most unpredictable like Heat rotations ever. Like Caleb Murray just subs in the game, scores 8 straight points. Like, what the fuck?
I think the zone defense he puts together, it's fucking ridiculous. It's not a 2-3. It's not a 1-3-1. It's like a living organism. Like literally, it's like a what are they called? Like an amoeba. It's just fucking
An amoeba? Yeah, I can say that, but I can't say negotiate. Jeez.
Sharon Bulleman says Martin over 8.5 looking real good. I don't blame you, man. Steve the Vig says I'm on the over. Boo.
That's a name, right? Steve the
Room for the under bets here. And Proof Bet says I'm going back in. Halftime tie. ... That shit's crazy though. I would never even think. My brain wouldn't even comprehend to even think to bet a first quarter tie.
What is it? Michael.
Can I get more? I gotta bet something here, man. I gotta bet something here. Do I middle this first half or not even get cute? Getting plus money with the Heat still first half.
He just bricked a 3. I'm
And
just letting you know that. So now you're about to put a bet in.
yeah, thank you, Nikki. I'm trying to find a bet. I got an itch to get a quick little bet result in right now. Probably not the best way to go about bets, but
Denver just bricks
right
3.
now,
What time are you guys at?
6:05, 04, 03.
640, 639.
6:08 are off.
Yeah, I'm on. What is this? ESPN. I'm on ABC.
And Murray with another 3.
how many points is that for him this quarter?
Quarter or full game?
Full game right now.
He's got 11.
Damn, Razor got me about like 7 seconds.
Because I'm
We're all-
interested because on FanDuel they have Jamal Murray to score 10 plus points in the second quarter plus 128. I'm about to just blindly bet. I just don't know how many points he had in the end of the first. He's hot right now though.
And Murray needs 6 more assists for the double-double.
Did Joker give him that ball? Yeah, it's a freaking other assist for fucking Joker because I have a under 51.5 total with him.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it, man. I'm gonna take it. Well, I just seen that last 3 go in. I'm in. Jamal Murray over 10 plus
right
points in the second quarter plus 128. I'm in. Probably the exact opposite I need for my actual bets that I have going right now, but my eyes are telling me Jamal Murray's got the hot hand. That's another 3.
You guys go live tomorrow? Is it Saturday for the ponies?
Yeah, Belmont's supposed to be Saturday, but I don't know if they're going to do it or not.
Oh, Belmont might not do it.
Yeah, a lot of racetracks have been canceling because of the air.
Oh my god, I
that's
can't
right.
imagine that for the fucking animals. Fuck the jockeys.
Yeah, it's not healthy for the animals. I mean, they're gonna be breathing hard. Those horses.
Yeah, I know Delaware Park. I was supposed to go there today to get some good content, but they canceled, and they canceled tomorrow already too.
What's
That's
on fire?
crazy.
Just trees and shit.
What'd you
Nasty
say?
Nate trying to make fucking jokes. Sixer second half. ... I'm not a Sixer fan anymore.
What's in the air? Is it someone on fire?
Yeah, it's in Canada. There's a bunch of fires going on.
Fucking Canadians.
Or
Nick, do you watch the fucking news, bro?
Or you be smoking a bunch of weed and just
That could be on too. No, I don't watch the friggin' news. Who watches the news these days? It's not true.
Have you looked at your phone today or watched the news or anything?
I mean, apparently not. Fair enough.
Shaking my head, bro.
Oh, freaking upset you're shaking your head. I'm in South Florida. We're all good down here.
How bad is it by you, Razor?
it's not real bad, but it's definitely here. You can tell, like, it's not clouds in the sky; it's fucking smoke. Like, it's definitely here. I
Damn,
don't
it's
know
like a
how bad
fog.
it's gonna get. I saw videos in New York. I don't know if videos make it a lot worse, but according to the video I saw in New York, it looked a lot worse there. Than
New York looked really fucking bad. By me, it just smelled smoky outside.
Nate says we can't see outside here on the whole East Coast. Fuck.
Yeah, bro, it's down like the whole entire East Coast. He said, Nasty Nate said they're canceling my daughter's field trip for tomorrow. Damn, where are they supposed to go, Nasty Nate, for the field trip?
Yeah, I know the kids got to stay inside. They can't go outside for like recess and shit like that.
Oh, I know the kids are pissed. They've been waiting, especially in the East Coast. You wait all year to go outside for recess, and then they say, nah, you're staying inside. You're like, no.
Bro, we used to go on like 5 field trips a year to this place called Gumbo Limbo in South Florida. Fucking awesome. It's like a bunch of like.
Wait, what was it called?
Gumbo Limbo. You look it up and just put Gumbo Limbo Boca. It's like a little space like they'll catch fish with like a big old net. They got a bunch of like fossils. It's like one of those places. It's right on the intercoastal. I just liked it because I used to make out with fucking chicks. In this back area they had. And I got indigestion. 5:20 left, 41-37. Miami Heat has the ball. 3 in the clock. We gotta put the ball up. Brick. Fucking Joker gets the rebound. Damn it.
Come on, defense.
Do not let Joker score. Do not let Joker score.
Don't make me start the defense chance. I don't want to have to do it, but I will.
Brick by Joker, Miami ball. 4:48 left. Easy jump shot, but I think that was Butler. I can't see though. Nice foggy.
Low-key, I needed that timeout. They finally started missing them just the slightest a bit.
They're gonna probably miss it just went to 99 again. It was at like 101, so Denver probably does not score this possession, and they do not.
41-39, 4:20 left. 4 minutes left. I'm sorry.
I love you, Razor, but man, this shit's going so far down live over underwise. I'm thinking about overs now. Like, holy shit.
It's back up to 101.5, which means the Heat score here.
Bro, the full game, man, is 207.5. That's super low. If it goes down to 200, I might have to bet.
Yeah, that's a guy that hit like a bunch of threes last game.
I would look for a middle on a big play like this. I would need a 15-point swing. So if it gets to like 199, 200, I might hit the over as well.
My man Dutch in the chat says, what it be like, fellas? Shouts to Dutch. Boy, fresh. They got the daily sesh coming on tonight at 10 o'clock following this episode. So you probably see some of the guys from the daily sesh trickling in here in the second half. Dabby Cab said he was going to stop in, say what's up to the boys, and all that good shite. But it's weird though, man. Over-under wise, I don't really see a big angle, and spread-wise, they haven't really moved it from the pre-flop spread, so it's really hard to get a lot of bet in right now.
First free throw made.
Murray missed the second.
Does he? So it's tied up 42-42.
What was the money on tie at halftime? I heard someone say 1,500 on the first quarter.
Yeah, which I don't know how it is, but I know that's I'm gonna start betting this entire
shit.
Right. Second quarter would probably be has to be higher, right?
Hey, Dev, can you get a napkin and just pour some?
Yeah, you have to think with the first quarter being a spread of only a half a point, 1,500. That's a good value for that shit.
Bam with a rebound dunk, 44-42, Miami. How much time is it? 3 and what? What's the live at? 104. Okay, so they hit a 3 right when I say that, but it's at 101.5, so I think we're good.
What's your first half under, Billy?
110. I got it.
Mine's 107.5.
I got it at 3 o'clock this morning at 110.5 at minus 114. You know me, man. I'm a big juice guy, and we got even odds today.
I got the 107.5, and it's at 103.5. So I'm cutting
about.
Go on, Connor.
Foul on Van.
No,
Colorado.
Yeah.
It was more just laughing at me.
Please. Brick one of these.
Oh, that's on the floor. It's on the floor. Come on. It's on the floor.
I wish it was on the floor too, but it's not. Wait.
Keep this clock going.
There's a crazy stat, actually. Jokic in game 2 was scoring 1.37 points per shot attempt in game 2. Like, how is that even possible, man? So basically, every time he came down, he was either scoring a 2 or a 3 or getting fouled in game 1.
Yeah, unfortunately, Nate, there's no making out these days. You're right to just, you know what I mean? A little pick here, a little pick there.
Hilarious. He said back when you used to make out with chicks.
Time of the day for that. And you can't make out with strippers either. That's the rule. You know what I mean?
That's the rule?
For me, at least. No, I'm not making out with somebody that just probably had a D in her mouth the night before. No.
I'm not even. No comments. No comments.
Absolutely not. It's sacrilegious.
I got things I want to say, but as I'm growing up in life, I'm just
He's growing up in life.
I'm just gonna keep them to the
I keep forgetting you're like 25 or 24.
Exactly 25 on the dot.
Fucking you little peewee. It looks like was it Mr. Always Profit took the under 103.5.
Murray and Jokic scored or insisted on 40 of the 45 points the Nuggets have scored tonight. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's like if you do a parlay right now, man, a same game parlay for those people out there in the world, if it doesn't have Murray or Jokic on it, just leave it off. That's for
right. Fire neck. Oh, is that what it looks like? This thing looks like it's a hat. Brick. Oh man, how much does Joker have right now? Fuck. Points, rebound, assists.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably like at least 30, right? Yeah, it has to be. Damn.
Yeah, I'll look at it next TV timeout that we get. I'll update the box.
Yeah.
That stuff.
And Joker gets a rebound. Well, is it called a rebound? You guys are going to see it in a second. Let me know.
47-44 is what I got on my screen.
Joker got a rebound.
Yeah,
that's a rebound.
He got double already. 12 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists.
12, 11, 20.
Bam's got a double.
I got the under 51 total, 51.5 total rebounds.
Probably
that's fried, yeah. Unless they go up big.
Jimmy Butler.
And they sit
Messing the bunnies.
For the people that haven't noticed already.
That was an easy one.
What side do you think I was really on? You got the Nuggets team mascot logo on the wall. Nuggets hat.
Well, I mean, I only have the Heat poster because there was no Celtic poster. I live in close to Miami, so. But I should rip it off my wall.
Steve DeVig has a question for you, Razor. He said, "What horse is for Preakness?"
I'm actually capping the wins now. I haven't locked in anything yet, but I'll let everyone know once I do.
Hell yeah. We get some horse race bets from fucking Razor Sharp Picks. If you guys haven't already, you guys got to go support my man Razor Sharp Picks over there on Twitter. Go check out his new stuff over there. What is it, Dub Club now?
Yeah, I've got picks on Dub Club and my Razor, Racing with Razor on my YouTube.
Yeah, the Racing with Razor John's fire too, because it's like right in the middle of the day. Everybody's in the chat. And even though it's a horse racing stream, I feel like, throughout the times of you guys not talking about the horses, we have like the different cappers on and shit like that. I feel like all the sports get really touched on.
Oh, yeah. Big shout out to Sharpie and Mike M. They came on yesterday and dropped some baseball winners. It was a real good day in sports for everyone but me. So I'm glad they came on and gave out some winners.
It'd be like that, right?
I was gravy up into the main event of Saturday. Oh man!
Oh, bro, last
I know Bozzy choke him out.
Started, bro. Fucking Jamie Malarkey is the biggest piece of shit I've ever met in my life.
I parlayed the no distance in that one at minus. I think it was 185. That should have been the parlay instead of Malarkey straight.
Honestly, though, Nikki, I feel like a UFC loss, there's nothing worse than a UFC loss. It literally feels like if you just burnt money on fire.
I think every loss you would feel
Nah,
like
like when you lose a basketball game, like you can like at least still enjoy the game. You're watching the game, but when you lose by knockout in a UFC fight and you're like and you just know they're not getting up, it just feels like you just burnt your money on fire.
But when you win by knockout, it feels fucking great.
There's honestly no better adrenaline rush feeling than winning a UFC bet. I'm not gonna lie.
It just happened so quick. Wow, Denver's up 5 right now, but Bam's going to the line.
Denver's up 5.
Joker.
We're on the first half radar. What was first half? -2.5 for Denver Nuggets.
2.
Shouldn't have been that high, right?
I think mine was 2. Yeah, mine was
2.
Yeah, mine was 2. So bro was at 1.5 some books. 2, maybe 2.
Yeah, I got 1.5 through 2.5. So depending on what time you got in on it or what book you placed it on. So we're sweating out Denver Nuggets first half bets for people in the chat. Me personally, I'm sweating.
The first free throw, 51-47.
I'm sweating right now, man.
It's on this gravy, right? 107.5. I know Billy's great. Yeah, we're good.
I'm sweating.
The second one, 51-48.
No,
You're all right, but
do the math. Yeah, we're good. There's not even 100 points.
Yeah, until Scott Foster or not Scott Foster, Tony
we
Brothers,
like back to back.
Until Tony Brothers gets a fucking technical foul on somebody on the bench and they just put him.
Joker misses
Nick, I'm
the
telling
shot.
you, man.
Yes.
Cruz with the rebound.
That shit's crazy, bro. When the refs start giving out like free throws for like the first half bets, man, that shit be fucking with me, man. That makes me not want to bet the NBA.
Misses the shot. Joker with the rebound.
Fuck you, Joker. Just hurt your ankle for tonight. Sit down.
I feel like every time Razor said something, it's like Joker with the rebound.
Nick, what's your number on that?
51.5.
He's got 12 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists. So, I mean, it's going to be close for you.
It's going to be close.
It's going to hit. It's going to hit. Because I had 53 last game, and it hit by, I think, 2, I want to say, but right at the end.
Crazy how Vegas gets these numbers right on point.
Yeah, that's what
I'll give you a quick, interesting stat. The Nuggets are 0-3 this postseason when Jokic scored over 40 points. So that all correlates. It looks like the Nuggets could win this game, and they're probably going to win this game. So I mean, Jokic's going to go under on his point, bro.
Smoking mirrors. The show. Best damn panel in the industry. Thank you, Smoke.
Martin with the foul.
Don't get up.
The one fucking shot we needed to go in, man. Michael Porter Jr., are you fucking killing me? You are.
He sucks.
This is like things I could say about Michael Porter Jr. right now are not viable for YouTube. It's more of an Instagram thing.
Does Joker make both of them?
I could fucking blame this kid right now.
That was a flop.
Fucking bum.
Joker flopped.
Let me be 6'10" and shoot fucking wide open threes. I bet you I make that bitch in the corner every time. Especially if you're paying me $20 million a year to do it. Oh man, shit. I'll be William.
Was it a flop, Connor, or no?
Oh, that's a flop.
Yeah, he flopped. Yeah.
Flopper.
How's that little guy pushing him over?
Yeah.
He made both free throws halftime, 53-48.
Halftime?
Yep.
All right, under cash.
Is that the first cash it of the night, man?
Yeah. Let me see if we got that in the brand here.
That is a casher. First half under. If you got in on the number right before the game, you cashed it. If you got in on a pre-flop and follow me on Twitter, you cashed it. Now we're rooting for Razor's full game under. First half under, 110.5. Cash it, baby. Let's go. About to get ready for shot time. A little bit.
Nice call. You got me telling me twice. Let me go get the bottle.
Yeah, I got the fireball.
Shouts to Nasty Nate. He put it in the chat, and he said, if you don't tail my bet, you must not like money. And he gave out money. He is the second quarter man, the myth, the legend. Nugget second quarter, cash it. And shouts to anybody that tailed me on the live bet. Jamal Murray, the score 10-plus points in the second quarter. Cash it, baby. Plus 128. They call me Mr. Juicebox Man. Well, call me Mr. Wim Man because it's raining bills over here.
Connor, look at your camera.
Just tell them to put it on the side.
No. It went sideways on him. Just let him know.
Hell fucking yeah. There's no better way to draw up that first half, man. Looking at some of my other bets, to be honest with you, I don't think the player props are doing too hot. Michael Porter
Dick,
Jr.'s
bounce
got
me.
5 points, rebounds, and assists. And Kevin Love's only got 3 points, rebounds, and assists. So my over-unders on my props aren't looking too hot right now, but we cashed a big bet of the evening so far, so we can make the money back live.
Hey, should I move the backdrop?
You got
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to get that down. Can someone? Yeah, there we go. There we go. I don't know how the fuck that happened.
Shout out to the 60+ people. Billy giving out the money. If you don't follow him on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all that shit, make sure you follow my guy Getting Bills. That's what I'm talking about. Now it's time to cash the full game under. Let's go. Cheers.
Let me go grab something real quick.
Bill about to grab some friggin' red wine. I get these little I think they're 2.5 or 3 shots of fire.
Oh, that's one shot. Come on, Nick.
No, they're the big ones.
Oh, that's one. I got one right here. Wait, what size is that?
No, it's 100 mil. Let me see, 500 milliliters. Let me see. Dave did the thing. Let's see here, 100 milliliters.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a double.
Yeah.
I'll say I got a 50 one here, but this is a small one.
Yeah, I've had those ones before. It's I thought it's actually supposed to be 2.5 is what Dave said. That's 50 right there, milliliters?
Yeah, this one's 50.
Okay, so that's 2 shots. The one I have 3 of them.
Nice. Nunya in the house. What up, Nunya?
Crack? No, no cracking for me.
Nunya, I wasn't looking at horses, but if you got something, if you see something.
I can't tell last time I done a shoey.
Cash the fucking first ticket of the fucking
I grew
game.
up out of shoeys.
What up,
Double back. Anybody in the chat with me tonight and you cash the first half under, put one up for the boys. Boom.
I don't know why we don't have the, because the other I go on a lot of channels, on a lot of true crime stuff. The top part has starred and where you can see all the donations, all that kind of, you know what I mean?
Oh, we got a special halftime guest coming in. My guy, Chalky Phillips himself, owner of the Sharps app. I have a good relationship with my man. We always chop it up about sports and stuff like that. And he came from a charity event to pop in for the boys. And he reminds me a lot of Preston, and I love Preston too. So, my guy, Chalky Phillips.
What up? What up? Can you guys hear me?
What up, dude? Yeah.
I came for the halftime show.
Do you have any live bets that you're sweating out right now? Player props. I know you always got some DGen action and some straight bets going. So what's the action looking like for you tonight?
So much DGen action going. I can't even call them sweats because they just don't look good. I mean, from what I can tell, it's all Jokic and it's all Jokic. So listen, I put in a lot of plays on Bruce Brown and KCP. I'm a Pistons fan, and for some reason, I have this weird connection to these former Pistons players, and they just stink. And I felt like KCP was going to have a big series. He's done nothing. He can't make a shot. And I guess I'm just living vicariously through these former Pistons players, and it's just affecting my bets. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I have some pending bets. It looks like none of them are going to hit. I mean, I took the under, which is looking good. So I feel it was a good half for the under for people that took that. But ultimately, I put in a bunch of DGen same game parlays that aren't going to hit. I'm not going to retire tomorrow, unfortunately, it looks like.
Yeah. I don't blame you, man. All the player props that aren't Jamal Murray and Jokic have looked absolutely terrible. I got Michael Porter Jr. Points, rebounds, and assists over, looking horrible. K-Love, points, rebound, and assist over, looking horrible as I'm having a sneeze attack from the fucking air pollution that's going on in the East Coast right now. But honestly, all player props have looked horrible for me tonight.
Yeah. I mean, MPJ, send him to the G League or something. This guy, I mean, I thought KCP was having a bad final. This guy cannot hit anything. I mean, ooh, it's ugly, and he doesn't pass. It's like the guy gets all these open looks, The ball. He's a black hole when it comes to the ball. And he's not making anything. So like, what is he doing out there? Does he need another backiotomy? I don't understand what's going on with him. Terrible.
Over under second half, 104.
104, that's not bad. I'm actually interested in the Denver Nuggets live. Harold Williams is trying to give you a little piece of advice. He says, never bet on Stan Gundy players ever.
I'm taking Denver right now, third quarter.
Are you taking Denver third quarter?
Nothing good comes out of Detroit besides Eminem. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, facts.
I mean, cars, Motown music, it's a
like
city
that,
that's disproportionately contributed to the culture, more so than a lot of places, but we don't need to turn this into a whole Detroit thing. It's a city that gets a lot of undeserved punches,
We can talk about Detroit sports if you like the Lions. We can talk about them if you want.
Let's not. It's been a miserable run for us lately, but
it's fun to watch though.
The Lions might actually be our best team, which is interesting. But I think the Nuggets are about to run away with this though, straight up. Look, the Heat, they got grit, they got shooting, but if this is going to be a dogfight, rock fight type game, give me the Nuggets all day. I just love Murray. The Nuggets, I feel good about them. I'm going to go see what I can get live right now.
I'm right there with you. I'm kind of feeling the same exact vibe as you're picking up too. I think the Nuggets might run away with this one. 5.5 might be a gift. Usually home teams are favored. They usually get 3.5 or 4 points. So that means the Nuggets should be favored by 5 or 6, and that's the live line right now is 5.5. But I'm interested to see what everybody else has to say. My guy Troy's just came back. Troy's rolling up, getting the mime right. Probably got some food and maybe a little bit of gift from the wife. What are you feeling here? What are your thoughts from the first half, and what are you looking at here for the second half? Because I'm trying to fire away. I got money to play with now.
My wife just gave me a ton of shit because, like I said earlier, she's a Nuggets fan, and I just laughed at the Heat. I feel like the Heat haven't pulled out their calling card yet, which is the zone defense. They're waiting for the right time to do that, and I think the Nuggets are going to struggle with it again. And if they don't, I mean, it'll be something you haven't seen before because they've struggled mightily against the zone.
So you took the Heat money line?
I took a money line +5, so I took both.
Do you think the Heat break 100 points? Or is that asking for a little bit too much here? Because if the Heat win, it's probably going to be under on the full game. And I think this under probably hits.
I don't know. Like we were talking about earlier, I don't really have strong feelings on totals.
Me either. I don't have strong feelings on totals. But, man, would I be fucking sitting in my chair enjoying this game if I had the team total over and didn't have to worry about a spread?
Connor, do you have any looks on the totals or anything second half?
No, I'm on the Heat.
Damn.
I think if you like the Nuggets, I would go third because I think Troy's right. I think they found some in the fourth with that, zone. So,
all right, cool.
My only hesitancy about backing the Nuggets in the third quarter, though, is that the Heat scored 24 points in the second quarter and in the first quarter. The Heat are definitely due to have a high-scoring quarter in the third or fourth quarter, which would probably be around 30 points, and that would
they're up 5. You think the Nuggets are going to be up? I mean, they could have a big quarter, be up 8 going into the fourth or 7.
In a weird way, I feel like I'm talking myself into the third quarter total over 51.5. But, man, from fucking Sunday's stream, man, I have bad vibes from that shit from Sunday, bro. That shit went to die on the line.
It started so well. It started so good. People were just raiding threes, I swear. And then it's just like a fucking arrow in my back. Just –
bro, that shit was so off too. That shit was off by like 8 or 9 points, and I don't know, man. These third quarters and shit, unless it's like a football over or not even football, hockey live over is always hit. I don't know why, but as I digress a little bit, man, I got to figure out what I want to do with these live bets here.
I do want to say that the Heat they know what's coming now. They know they're going to wait all game, and Spo's going to pull out the zone. They know what's coming, but until they beat it. That's another thing. I mean, they're going to front. So what they do with this zone is when the ball goes to the wing and Jokic is in the free throw line extended and in the paint area, the guy on the point of the zone comes down and fronts him. Like that gave him so much trouble because the only thing open on that type of action is across the court in the corner which is a fucking hard pass to make.
That
And
is a very
it's not
hard pass to
accurate,
make.
so that kind of disrupts the shooter as well because it's a tough pass. It's a long one. But we'll
The
see.
more and more I start looking at it, man, I'm getting scared. I think I'm gonna go back to the well, man. He's playing hot. He's not sick today. It's not like he had a real injury. He had a fucking sickness, illness. We're all humans. And when he subbed into the game and scored 8 straight points off the fucking bench, he looked mighty fucking good. Caleb Martin season, 12.5 points, minus 138. I'm firing it up.
I was just gonna say, are you gonna take that, Billy?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it, man. I literally just placed a bet on it. I want to see what the 3-point prop is, and I also want to see what the other books have. 2.5. I'm doubling down on it, man. I definitely think he scores one more 3. This is a good Caleb Martin game from him.
You know, I'm probably overexposed to the heat right now, so I'm gonna just chill out. But I kind of want to follow that.
He looked good when he subbed the fuck in, man. He was not missing. He was throwing fucking passes. He was playing defense. Motherfucker's not sick for game 3. Like,
hey, how about your Jamal Murray? Don't you have a Jamal Murray points ticket, Brizzy?
I took Jamal Murray to score 10 plus points in the second quarter after he made that 3 going into the timeout at plus 128, and that shit cashed. So we had the first half casher of the under and Jamal Murray over 10 plus points in the second quarter. And they call me the juice box, but man, we've been hitting some plus money tonight or close to it.
Jamal Murray's got that look in his eye tonight.
He does.
I think Vincent, I might take this.
They got the Vincent prop back up?
Over 11.5.
Oh, my God. Are they baiting me in?
Plus 115.
Are they baiting me into Gabe Vincent now?
He's got 5.
I'm going to throw some money on it.
Because I feel like he would have got more minutes if he didn't pick up those 2 dumbass fouls back to back.
Yeah.
Fouls. What about Haywood? Is Haywood Highsmith getting in here? Are we going to get a Haywood Highsmith sighting? It's my favorite Heat player.
They haven't been subbing him in this game, I feel.
He didn't earn any minutes after that performance. Was that game 1? Almost willed him to the cover.
Dude, it's kind of disrespectful. They just like dispose of him as they feel like it. I
feel for the guy.
One thing that's catching my eye here is so with the Heat rotation in this for Caleb Martin specifically, he plays the back end of the third quarter and the beginning of the fourth. That's his rotation. And for Caleb Martin to score 6 points in the third quarter alone is plus 700. That is very eye appealing. Who else is in here? Max Strus has looked like dog shit. Jokic hasn't really been doing too much in the point prop. Him to score 6 plus points here in the third quarters is minus 192. Jokic's probably going to play the whole entire third quarter. Murray usually subs out at the end of the third. That's his rotation.
Shout out to our guy, new pub member, Tom C.
Tom C. Shouts to Tom C. for becoming a new member. $4.99 a month. Make sure you guys join. Hit that like button if you haven't already. We're about to start the second half very shortly. And I didn't get any live bets in, I believe. Or no, I did. I got the Caleb Martin point prop in. I feel like I got to take a gamble at this, man. Just a little sprinkle as it's coming down in odds here, because I'm not the only one that's been looking at it, because it just came down a lot in odds. Caleb Martin over 6 points here in the third quarter. I'm going to throw a little sprinkle at plus 640 now. How do I do this? Click it. FanDuel is making this very difficult nowadays. FanDuel has a little bit too much stuff up to bet nowadays.
Billy, I'm surprised you're not throwing in some live WNBA plays right now.
Oh, man. I got my WNBA fix last night. I gave out a couple of plays on Twitter, but Daily Fantasy came through. I played the single game entry for Seattle Storm and the LA Sparks and took down first place. Shouts to Lexi Brown and herself shooting those threes in the corner. It was immaculate. I never thought I would come in first place in a fucking WNBA contest, but that made up for all my bad baseball bets because I feel like every time we go in the app in the morning, everybody's faded the fucking Athletics. And they've been good the last week, man. They've been good the last week.
They really have. They're not as bad as people think. Like ultimately, they're capable. They've turned up a little bit. They had that run against the A's, now against the Pirates. It's like, I think the money ball is starting to turn a little bit. So we'll see.
Nah, you know what it is? The boys are here and they're moving to Vegas, and everybody rather live in Vegas than Oakland. And you're probably going to have to hit a couple balls to be on that Vegas team. Connor, what's the rumblings down there in Vegas about the team? Or is everybody like excited, or they don't give a fuck because it's the Athletics?
It's split. I mean, they don't really love it, the people here, and it's stalled, which I thought it would, with all the people here. I just didn't think it'd get it. And they're just trying to say they're still going to make the deal. I don't know. They're just going to charge it to the hotels, if you're just going to get a, whatever it is on $100, $7 fucking tax. So
I'm shocked though, bro. You guys got a WNBA team, a football team, and a baseball team before you guys get a professional basketball team. It's weird.
I think that's coming, but yeah, that I always thought was going to be the first. Was the NBA team years ago.
I mean, the whole entire summer league is hosted in Vegas. I mean, it just makes no sense why there isn't an NBA Vegas team. Razor's clapping. He's got that under. Shots are missing. Troy, you're muted.
If this keeps moving, I might take Jimmy Butler. I mean, he's not a great 3-point shooter, but if I get over plus 120 just to hit one, I'm going to take it.
I'm going to go sweat out this game by myself. All right, guys, I gotta be in solitude. I feel like you guys are all ahead of me. So
good love.
Hey, thanks for having me on, Briz. I appreciate you.
Always nice seeing you, Troy. And go cash those tickets and go have fun with wifey.
My guy. Well, shit. No, I can't be around her right now, man.
The Nuggets win. She's going to be happy, right? It's a win-win for you.
It's a win-win. Exactly. All right, guys.
All right, Troy.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just ugly. I'm a little behind too, but every time I look at the TV, MPJ is missing another shot.
It's actually starting to become comical at this point.
Having a bad time these finals.
It's sad because I'm a huge MPJ guy, huge fan.
Yeah, he's not making himself any money or doing
the way the Heat are playing right now, though, they got to go deep into the bench right now. They got to go put some shooters out there on the floor because K-Love bad minutes are starting to come for his plus minus because he's looking. It looks like they're playing 5-on-4 basketball. Jamal Murray.
I got to hit up real quick with Jim here in the chat. The show's going to be, I think, out Monday, Jim, but I'm not sure. We're probably just going to record it. I don't know. We still got to talk about it for the U.S. Open, my guy.
Do you guys have any special guests for the U.S. Open next week?
Yeah, we'll have a couple of guys. I'm sure Cam will be on for sure. But we'll have a few others.
Fuck yeah. I'm excited. So make sure you guys hit that bell notification, get notified for all of our live videos here at Pub Sports Radio. See, Mac and the boys are back in action. It's major season in golf, and some major news has happened with the LIV and the PGA combining. How do you feel about that? Because Connor, me personally, a lot of the guys that went to the LIV tour from last year were making me a lot of money, and I have not bet PGA this year. As this is the least amount of PGA I've ever bet because of the LIV tour. What are your thoughts about it?
I mean, they just bow down the PGA. Fucking money talks. And those guys are finding out they should have probably took the money. But if they didn't want to do it, they can sleep well. Some are, maybe some aren't. Yeah, Rory. They lost a shitload of money. So it is what it is.
Yeah, because me, man. I'm a huge Cam Smith backer. You put me on last year. and we rode the Cam Smith trade for all those fucking wins, bro. That shit was wild last year. And then he went to the LIV tour, and I was like, well, there goes me being a golf fan. And then Bryson DeChambeau left and all that. And then the rest of the guys, the corollary fucking random South Africans that I always bet on left. And I was like, yeah, man, not a golf fan anymore.
Yeah, well, they're going to get them all back. I don't know. More than just the majors, I guess. So
it's beautiful for me because I'm back, baby. Fire me up some PGA Tour this summer.
They must have been about to lose that lawsuit. I used to practice law. That's the only thing I can think of. It's so random and the timings feel so weird. I think they must – and everyone said they were doing well in court and they were winning all their, motions and, the litigation was going well. But, anytime you go up against antitrust suits in your professional sports league, it can get dicey. Like there's a lot of sketchy case law from the past, like from Major League Baseball getting exempt and basically being allowed to run as a monopoly that other leagues don't have the rights to, and a lot of stuff with that. So I think maybe they got spooked by that and decided to settle and take the Saudi money because the timing, everything else doesn't make sense to me. Liv was dead. It was dead in the water. No one cared. No one was watching. Yeah, Brooks won the PGA. Great. But ultimately, no one cared. Liv was stupid. It was done. People had already sided with the PGA. So the whole thing is fishy to me. It tells me the litigation was not going well. Ultimately, their lawyers were like, look, make a deal.
Yeah, no, that honestly, that sounds exactly how it went down. They won't say that publicly, but that's exactly how it went down. Nasty Nate says Tiger turned down lots of money, and he still works for the Saudis. That's so funny. I hate to laugh, but that is fucking funny, man. Nasty Nate always finding me a way to laugh, man.
It's crazy. And then Messi to the U.S., though. So that's a W for the U.S., 1 L for the Saudis. They got golf yesterday, but they lost Messi today.
Dude, Messi coming to the MLS is huge. That's the biggest signing since David Beckham.
Legitimately the only thing that could get me to watch MLS is Messi coming to MLS. I think it's a trash league, and it's
trash league on the bet.
I will watch Messi. I will actually tune in for that. So as
the MLS is a weird sport. It's a trash league to watch, but fun to bet. A lot of big road underdogs come through. So you'll get the best team in the MLS at plus 300 on the road or something like that against a scrub team, and it's very computerized lines, very weird. Shouts to Jeff. Jeff got me deep into soccer betting.
Yeah. I follow the big leagues. I like the EPL. I feel like I do well enough with it. I pay attention. It's probably one of my best sports, soccer overall, but I bet European. I enjoy watching it. The best, waking up before an NFL Sunday when you got the EPL going at 8 a.m., you ease into it. It's chill. Throw a little money on it. You listen to the British announcers. Then you work your way into NFL Sunday. Nothing better.
Yeah, I'm a big first half under better when it comes to soccer. Every soccer over under is always at plus money in the first half. So it's one of my favorite angles to attack.
Yeah, I feel like you're either a goal in the first half, any team goal scorer first half type better, or under in the first half type. There's two types of people in this world. I've heard both angles. A lot
of turnovers happening. I know Razor is jumping in that seat right now. These boys are turning over the ball. And honestly, the easiest way for a game to go under is usually in a blowout scenario.
Yeah, I don't want to
trying to hold on
overtime.
Yeah, bro, that last game, man, I was pretty convinced that shit was going to overtime. We were watching that game on Sunday on the live stream, and I was like, I was so scared to bet the Nuggets for making money on them game one. I just had to bet the over blindly, and that looked horrible until it didn't.
Oof. The splits look good for the under. It looked to me like there was sharp money on the under. It was my favorite bet for this game by far. But I'm a degenerate, and I can't discipline myself to just take the only good bet. So I had to throw in a million stupid player prop parlays that aren't going to hit, but under looking great.
The player props, the books are probably cleaning up in the player props tonight because literally besides the star stud players, the ones that any like betting advice thing tells you not to bet the stars players, and like all of them have gone off in their player prop category tonight. I feel like,
and there's not a lot of value with those guys. Like, yeah, Jokic over 25 points. What are you at? Minus like 250 on that? Like,
shouts to Nick. You bet the under 51.5 points, rebounds, and assists, and that's a 3 from Kevin Love. Oh, the prop isn't dead yet. That's 6 points, baby. 6 points, rebounds, and assists for Kevin Love. We're halfway there.
Joker just got a rebound. He's got 22, 13, and 8.
Can you believe they had his live rebound prop at 11.5, juiced at like minus 160, and I didn't bet it?
it's just absurd what he's done to the triple-double. Like, it's not even a milestone for him at this point. The guy is just a walking triple-double. It's like not even a thing. He walks on the court. It's like it's gonna happen. It's insane.
The one thing that concerns me, this is more like narrative theory based. The one thing that concerns me about the Denver Nuggets winning the series or the championship is the NBA doesn't like to have the foreign player as like the face of the NBA.
Can you bounce me?
Yes, sir.
Thanks, bro.
They don't like to have the foreign players the face of the NBA, and it's more and more starting to look like it's like, man, Jokic or Doncic could be the face of the NBA one day because Ja Morant can't keep a gun in his pocket.
Yeah, it's true. And then you got Wembanyama coming up. I mean, top prospect by a mile, another foreign guy. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that goes. But, there's plenty of good young American players as well. But look, Jokic, I think he's a very unique player. I think he a lot of people who, watch him play gravitate towards him because, look, he's not like super ripped. He's not like this freak athlete. There's something about him that's appealing, I think, to the average person. Just his kind of like old manish type game. So I don't know. I think even if they win, I don't know if he's the face of the NBA, but also he probably should have been the MVP this year. So getting him a finals MVP would kind of even that out a little bit.
Yeah, that was my one worry about the final prop markets. I didn't really fire off anything. My man Razor's clapping, some misses are going. K Love is out here playing like a bum. Like, sub him out so we can get some Caleb Martin minutes in because I got his point prop now. And now we're rooting for Caleb Martin.
Yeah. Aaron Gordon missing free throws, things you love to see.
Clanks.
This is like, honestly, like from like a watching under theory perspective, you couldn't ask for anything better. Like, it's like a good enough game to watch, but like your under bets are still cashing. So it's like, yeah, can we have this every day?
So there's a Wisconsin, I think, Northwestern game this year in college basketball where I'm telling you there were like more turnovers than points scored for like a 10-minute period. I had the under. It was a thing of beauty. I think there was like maybe like 50 points total scored in the game. It was absurd. It was like a football score at the end. Like,
that's how I felt in Wisconsin in the NIT championship game. Holy fuck. I think they scored like 2 points in the second half. I was like,
that was North Texas. That was a beautiful hit. I rode North Texas hard that NIT. It was the great is the same name as the director. Medea's family reunion and stuff. Tyler Perry, the great Tyler Perry, who transferred, I think, to K-State. Let's see if I'm right on that.
I know all this stuff about Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry going to make noise at Kansas State next year. Little college hoops preview, but yeah.
I saw Kansas State, USC in Vegas for the Showcase basketball tournament. So like the first basketball game of the year is going to be USC versus Kansas State. That's going to be
sick.
Amazing. And
Jimmy
Vegas
makes
too.
a 3, and then Joker comebacks and makes a 3.
Wow.
All right, this is getting a little bit weird from my prop perspective here.
But there's no way Miami has another fourth quarter comeback in them. There's no way up, Jimmy.
Troy gave me a good stat earlier. He was on the dude that left a little bit ago. He said each team in this game that's won was once trailing by 6+ points throughout the game.
Facts. Yeah. I mean, the Heat have been doing it all the entire playoffs. It's all they've been doing is making comebacks. And, they're a gritty bunch. But
Yeah, Joker's got 48 already points, rebounds, and assists.
How many fouls does he have, though? Shouts to On the Side looking in. He says, just like that, K-Love over 1.5 threes and over 5.5 points, ... That was the way to go. I tried to get cute with the points, rebounds, and assists. And, man, that is not going in my favor today. Actually, I got 8 points, rebounds, and assists. So as long as he subs the fuck back in and does something, I should be fine.
Jokic only has 2, by the way.
Oh, that's not a lot. I don't know why he was complaining then. The way he was like yelling at the ref, I thought he would have a little bit more fouls or something like that. Maybe he's just a crybaby.
Vincent's the only one with in any kind of. He's got 3. The only one in the game with 3 fouls. Here's my guy Bruce Brown doing nothing.
Bruce Brown, man, very underwhelming playoffs for him. I mean,
Yeah.
But they also were asking him to play backup point guard, which is like, I don't know, following Bruce Brown his whole entire career, he's not a backup point guard, but I mean, that's the role that he's in for Denver.
Yeah, but he's a good player. He really is. He does it on defense. He's improved his shooting a lot. I've been very impressed with him. What he did in Brooklyn, what he's doing in Denver. I mean, they rely on him. He's a significant contributor. He's got to make some plays for them to do well. He really does. I mean,
He's a good team role player. Whatever role they ask him to play, he plays it and plays it very well. I just got tagged in this video. Make sure I posted it.
All right, Billy, I got to head out, man. I appreciate the invite, and it's always a good time hanging out with you, my guy.
Fuck yeah. Make sure you follow my guy, Razor Sharp Picks, over there on YouTube, Twitter, everything, right? You're full-time, right?
Yeah, when you full-time, you got to plug every social media. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, MySpace, Farmers of America. We got it all. Razor Sharp Picks. Appreciate you, my guy.
See you, Razor. Then there were 2.
wow. The
Oh,
last
man. This is a weird second half. I want to get a second half bet in, but it's just like I don't want to bet something just to bet on something because
you can't force it.
Yeah, but I feel like there's some money opportunities to be made here. Do you think Charlie Chips says it perfectly? Is it time to bet the Heat, man? Because do they back to recover here, or they just get blown out?
No, it's dumb. I mean, the Nuggets. Look, Christian Brown is my guy. is getting buckets. That's when you know it is over. It is
12.5 though.
I mean, listen. I think the Nuggets know this team is prone to fourth quarter comebacks. I think they're going to come out hard. I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas. They know they can't. This is like, I mean, game 3 is everything. 80% of the teams that win game 3 go on to win the finals. Mike Malone knows this. They need this game. They're the better team. Like, let's be real. The Heat are a great story. I love what they've done. They're definitely capable, but they're relying on some guys that look, old people, undrafted players. Like, they're missing arguably their best player outside of Jimmy Butler in Tyler Hero. Like, it's incredible what they've done. Ultimately, the Nuggets should win this series. They clear them. Jamal Murray and Jokic are far and away the top 2 players in this. I mean, Jimmy Butler has not been the same since he hurt his ankle either. Like, we can start to talk about that. Like, he's great, but like ultimately, like, he hasn't.
He's hurt.
Yeah, he's hurt. Like, so I just don't see it. I don't see another. I could eat my words. I'm wrong all the time. You could see it in my Sharps profile. I am consistently wrong, but I do know a little bit of ball. And I'd just be shocked if they made another fourth quarter comeback. I really would. I would not touch the Heat. I mean, that's the bet. If you think like they have it in them and, there's any kind of value play, the 12.5 at -115, flirt with the 800 if you really think they can, pull off another miracle. But like, I'm just regretting
I think I might be more interested in these bench rotational players. Like if I can get a Duncan Robinson prop,
Hayward
prop, Hayward Highsmith prop. Like I think some of these bench players are going to start subbing in and start filtering in eventually, right?
Yeah, they have to. I mean, like, yeah, they don't even have anything, at least on MGM. I'm looking for our guy Highsmith, but yeah.
Let me check Bet365. They always have
Duncan Robinson right now. It's locked. but Duncan could just get the green light to go out there and just shoot during the fourth. He would be my guy that I would think would get a lot of run and be shooting.
That's who I was thinking of, was Duncan Robinson too. And great out, but 2.5. I haven't imagined that goes up higher.
It's locked at 4.5 on MGM. Let's see what FanDuel's got.
Does Bruce Brown play in blowouts?
Yeah, he should. I mean, they're not going to play Murray if it's a blowout, right? Like, that would not be the move.
The weird thing is Reggie Jackson subbed in the first half. I was saying Reggie Jackson's first appearance of the whole entire playoffs.
Like, what? So random. Like, I wonder if they thought that was like, all right, the Heat will never see this coming. Our secret weapon we've been waiting to unleash. Another former Piston. We already have KCP and Bruce Brown. Let's get another garbage Piston out there.
They put Reggie Jackson in and started running a 2-3 zone. I was like, what am I watching? Like, I have a first half under. I'm not complaining, but what am I watching?
They're about to unleash Andre Drummond at some point, I feel like. You got Reggie Jackson, KCP. Like, this is the whole squad back together from one of the worst Pistons teams of recent memory.
Honestly, that is a little bit too many Pistons for my liking.
That's what I'm saying. From the Stan Van Gundy era. That's the wrong era for Pistons players. But
we get a quick little courtside flash. We got Shakira courtside. We got I saw Adam Ross was courtside.
J. Cole. Let J. Cole get in there. He could get some minutes for the Heat right now.
Honestly, seeing J. Cole makes me feel a little bit better about my Caleb Martin props. That's probably why he went off when he subbed into the game, because J. Cole got him the spot on the Heat. He told the Heat development player staff that this dude at his gym was hooping, and it ended up being Caleb Martin.
Is that true?
Yeah, he got cut from the Hornets, and he was hooping at J. Cole.
Way.
J. Cole got him a tryout, tried out for a team. They invited him to the camp, and they signed him.
That's unreal. I mean, I remember the Martin brothers well from college.
Same.
And I remember he was on when he was on Charlotte, but I had no idea that J. Cole scouted him. I mean, that's unreal. I have a good scouting story related to the Heat, by the way, just real quick. Hassan Whiteside. I friended him on Facebook when I watched him play at Marshall University, and I was like, this dude is an NBA player. If I've ever seen one, he's blocking everything. He led the nation in like block percentage or something. So I friended him on Facebook. I was like, this kid is going to the league. Lo and behold, he wound up like becoming like a max contract type player for the Heat. I have the receipts from Facebook to prove it. But this was before he was on any NBA draft boards. It's my claim to fame. He didn't pan out fully, but Hassan Whiteside, yeah.
That's a call though, because he was not. He was, even when he got in the NBA, I thought he was a two-way player. Like when they first started doing the two-way things, and then he got that one spot on the Heat and never looked back.
Never looked back, and then he fell off a cliff. But it's always tricky with 7-footers.
Yeah, not even. I mean, if you paid me $35 million and I got paid, I might not show up to work the next day as motivated as did the last time.
But some guys are just built different, and it doesn't affect them. And then other people, you get paid, and it's like, do I really want to be grinding like this?
Yeah, I call it the Andrew Bynum effect.
Bynum, that's a good one. Did you see the Zion stuff today? Speaking of overpaid and not productive.
Oh my God. I was actually saying that to my girl. I was like, and now the Pelicans are definitely messaging him saying, all right, first the fat thing was one thing, that's something you can't control. And now you got fucking porn stars tweeting at you and stuff. You got to get this under control.
Looking back at that draft now, all right, it was so clear that Ja, for the longest time, it was like, all right, Ja was the pick. If you could redo that draft, Ja's going number one. Now, between Zion and Ja, it's like gun to your head. I don't know who you're taking. One is never healthy and never plays and has multiple families. And Ja just can't seem to get it together. Like, can't stop playing with the guns. And it's like, one guy can't stay on the court for one reason, the other for another. It's just like that.
It's got to be the front office, though, of Memphis, because Memphis front office, they had that problem with Zach Randolph when they paid him a bunch of money. The dude was still selling pounds of weed.
Trapping.
Like, what the fuck are you selling pounds of weed for? You're an NBA basketball player. How much money is the trap really making you? It ain't more than that basketball contract. So this is a historical problem with Memphis. They weren't a fan of Jason Williams when he was over there because of his antics. So it's been a common problem. And the coach, if you ever seen, I forget the coach's name of Memphis, but he definitely
Jenkins?
he does not look like the guy to be telling John Morant,
Yeah.
like, yo, you got to cut this out. Like, and his dad doesn't look like that either. So it's just like, who's in his corner? I feel like whenever you get popping or like famous or something like that, you need somebody in your corner to give you a reality check. And there's nobody in this corner giving them that.
By the way, I'm 33 years old. Taylor Jenkins, I want you to just Google Taylor Jenkins for a second and tell me how old you think Taylor Jenkins is. Just off a Google image search. Just take a wild guess. Don't look at the Wikipedia. I just want like a pure guess as to how old.
Knowing Taylor Jenkins, I would say 40s.
All right, he's 38.
That's crazy.
I would have guessed he was 48. Like straight up with the beard, the balding. Like he's aged. Ja has aged him significantly. Taken years off this man's life, it looks like. Like if you
what do you say to him though? What do you really say to the star player on the team? Like,
yeah,
you don't want to piss him off.
I mean, but you don't have to say anything at this point other than like, look, bro, your career is in jeopardy. You're a fucking generational wealth type player. You're set to make multiple max contracts in the NBA. You're going to be close to $1 billion by the time you're done. You just can't be playing with guns. Can you do that? It's like
it's actually when you say it out loud, it sounds way worse. Of like, because it's like it's not like he's like killing people. Just stop playing around with the gun on Instagram. It's not that hard to do. If you want to shoot guns in your personal time, be like a fucking professional human and just go to the gun range.
Exactly. And guess what? If he was on social media doing it like in a professional setting and just was like into guns, let me tell you, in the US, he'd be even more popular. He'd be getting endorsement deals with Smith & Wesson. Like people would love it. But the way he's going about it, you can't just be flashing guns, pulling them out. Like it's not good. It's not.
Did you see the PR statement that the team put out?
It was like ChatGPT, right? Like
no, his PR press team, like the John Morant team, put out. Basically, they're trying to get the suspension reduced and thoughts of saying it was a fake gun. It was not a real gun. So
it's the optics, though, at this point. Like that's the thing. Like, look, like I don't think anyone cares. Like ultimately, it's just the optics. Like when you get accused of like pistol whipping some kid. And then like all these other incidents happen. It's not a good look. And it's just like ultimately, it's you gotta get it together because you're in a position where you could literally, set your family up for generations and just do amazing things for not only your family, but the world with the money you're about to receive from playing basketball. And yeah, we have a serious gun problem in this country and it's something you got to take seriously and be conscious of. So,
and then on top of that, I feel like the influence, I mean, like, dude, you're doing stuff for Nike. Every fucking probably like young black kid probably wants to buy your shoes. So like you're kind of not setting the best example out there. Shouts to the chat though. Michael Buena says Nuggets third quarter -0.5. That is looking real fucking good.
Good bet.
That is a really good bet. Mr. Vape said, I used to work in a Chinese restaurant when I was young with Joel Anthony, who won a championship with the Heat in the mid 2000s. That's crazy. I would never think a 7-footer would work in a restaurant setting. I wonder if he was a waitress or making the food. Charlie Chip says best bet in the UFC, Belbita, Irsig, and Barryu. I'm on one of those three. Shouts to Colin. I do a podcast with him. He actually holds pads for a lot of the in some gym that's a lot of the fighters from this week in Canada are from. So he's gave me a lot of insight. I'm with you on the Belbita one. I'm going to wait until fight day because I think that line goes up higher. All the prediction videos I've seen in the industry this week are all on the other side. Irseg, don't want to bet a David Dvorak fight. And my underdog of the week this week, I think I'm going to make the video for Eric, your boy Andrew. Shouts to Millie Mills. If you guys haven't seen it already, on Pub Sports Radio last night, Millie Mills interviewing your boy Eric Anders here. And Eric Anders, every time he comes up on Pub Sports Radio, I don't know what it is. I don't know how Mills gets that interview, but man, every time he's came up on Pub Sports Radio, he fucking he's been cashing tickets for us. His I think it was one fight. He like fucking ditched Mills kind of, and he ended up losing the fight. So it was bad luck on him. So he knows what's up. He did the interview this week. Eric Andrews is going to win this week, and I believe that's the first underdog on the main card.
Let's get it. I haven't looked at the UFC yet. I'm still trying to get over the El Bazi fight. And
I didn't think that was a robbery, bro. I really didn't think it was that was the first time ever in my life that I would agree with Sal D'Amato as a judge. I thought Al Bazi won round through 3, 1 through 3.
I didn't have it scored that way. And I was on El Bazi too. I was shocked. And it just they moved him up above what's his name? Rival, what's his name?
Oh yeah, Brandon Royval.
Royval, who totally does not deserve to be jumped at this point. Like, his resume is significantly better than Albazi's, and it just seems like they're trying to just force Albazi on everyone.
I think they're trying to force Albazi because Brandon Royval, while his resume is better, his fighting style is really fun for fans. When he goes up a certain level, he is highly acceptable to submissions, and I feel like with Albazi, his long term, they could do more things with Albazi. Go to different countries, expand their
100%
stuff. So it just follows suit. And a lot of those, I think the fight we're going to see, if Manel Cape wins his next fight, I think we're going to see Albazi versus Manel Cape. Winner gets championship fight, loser goes home mad.
No, I think they want to get Albazi a championship fight like as soon as possible. I think he's being fast tracked clearly. I just feel bad for Royval, and he's made me a lot of money, and I feel like he's always, getting hated on and underestimated, and just continues to, exceed. So
he's always huge underdog odds. I don't know why. The Heat are at the free throw line. They're starting to close down this margin a little bit, 82-70. Oh, man, if you have an under right now, you're fucking dancing in your seat right now. And the Daily Sesh, let me see if the Daily Sesh has came on, because I believe that comes on at 10 o'clock. Yeah, we got the Daily Sesh on at 10. Damn, we got 3 videos going on right now on Pub Sports Radio. We got the Daily Sesh going on. We also got Eric, your boy Anders, and the NBA Live Betcast. If you guys are here with me, thank you. Let's go try to make you some money here in the fourth quarter. I'm about to pull up my book and start firing these bad boys up, man. Time to go win some money or lose some in the thought of trying to win it, because I don't think those Caleb Martin props are going to hit anymore.
Stay away, man. Caleb Martin's cooked.
He's in there, but they might just leave him in there because he would play in the blowout run today because he's came off the bench. But I'm interested to see if we can get one of these scrubber guys. They're only giving me star stud player props, but they're going to sub off the floor in like 3 to 4 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 16-point game again. The Heat threw their punch, and I think the Nuggets took it. And yeah, I don't see another.
I wish I had more balls, because everything would tell me to bet the Nuggets today, but
same.
From a betting perspective, I'm not a value guy. I just bet who I think is going to win, and whatever the odds are, I go with it after, because it's so hard to find winners. I feel like the value, it wasn't enough value to bet the Heat. Like, I wanted more plus money with the Heat, but I didn't want to pay the price to lay it with the Nuggets, so it just ended up staying off.
You want to know how stupid I am? I was right about the Nuggets, and then after the Messi news broke, I was like, I can't go against Miami. Too much momentum in the city. They just got Messi. Like, the vibes are going to be immaculate. They're so high. Like, everything going Miami's way. I was like, you know what? I'm going to stay away. But I did take the under. I did win a bet tonight, so we'll take it. I bullets again for tomorrow.
JW spot on. The props have been sketchy in this series. Fuck yeah, man. It's been I'm a big prop guy, but I've been starting to shy away from more of the props as we get closer and closer towards the end of the basketball season here.
Yeah.
Wow, they're putting Jamal Murray's point prop 28.5 minus 166. That's telling me that they're probably going to sub him out soon. Can we get a Bruce Brown prop? Nah.
What about Uncle Jeff Green?
Uncle Jeff.
They're going to let him ride out?
They're going to let him ride out. Because I don't even think Zeke Najee is an active body anymore from the regular season. I know in the regular season he used to play backup power forward, but closer they got towards playoff, they stopped playing their younger kids.
How about Christian Brown getting all of a sudden he's getting minutes. They're going to play him. He's got 10 points. All of a sudden, I mean, in the NBA Finals, they just decided to uncork this guy
because of bad Michael Porter Jr. has been playing.
Yeah. Well, guess what? Christian Brown, 5 of 6, efficient, 3 rebounds. I mean, he's got an assist, a steal. He's +2, not incredible, but he's doing better than Michael Porter Jr. is +11, but still 1 for 7, 2 points.
And what's KCP's stats? KCP's been MIA this game.
Total dog shit. 2 points, 1 for 4, 0 for 3 from deep. I mean, he's not doing anything. Ugly. So the role players really haven't even done much for the Nuggets, to be honest, this entire series.
Yeah, Charlie Chips, I'm kind of with you. You said game will be under 199. Yeah, I don't think one of these. I would honestly be surprised if both of these teams crack 100. I would be surprised if I wouldn't be too surprised if one of them did. Jokic used to be a walking double-double in the playoffs, and he says, is Messi getting ownership in the club? That's actually a good, interesting question. I thought David Beckham owned that club.
He does. Beckham got a $25 million option to basically buy an MLS team when he signed with MLS originally, which is an absolute steal. Now I think the Miami team is valued at least $600 million with Messi, probably more than that. They said that he's getting a share of the revenue from the Apple MLS package. That Apple bought the rights to MLS, so everyone that buys that, Messi's getting a chunk of that. He's getting a sale of not only his own Adidas merchandise, but the entire MLS league.
Damn.
So like the Messi effect, when people are buying more MLS stuff, going to the games, etc., he gets a chunk of the Adidas merchandise that's being purchased. And then I heard he also will have an option to become a minority owner in the franchise at some point, like probably at a discounted valuation or something like that. Not like a deal like Beckham got, but he'll get a good deal and he'll be able to afford to have a piece of the team.
Well, I also feel like Beckham took a huge risk by going to the MLS too, because MLS was not popular when he came.
Yeah, not at all. And he was the first guy that he definitely took the risk.
Do you think the ownership upside in the long term is why Messi signed with the MLS? Because I definitely don't think the Saudis were offering that on the table. And that honestly is the trump card at the end of the day, right? That makes you the most money.
I think that you've seen that the Saudis are willing to throw billions at pretty much anything. And I think the Saudi league, just off the Saudi money, is going to rise to a decent level. Like they're going to have some players, especially, look, they're in a position, I think they're going to be able to target Muslim athletes. I think it's more of a destination for, like, you look at Conte from Chelsea, a player like that, they're giving him $100 million to go play. Look, great player. Is he worth $100 million? Absolutely not. But I think you're going to be able to entice a lot of athletes that have a connection to, Saudi Arabia in some way due to their religion. And I think not only that, the money aspect of it too, they're going to be able to entice a number of different players to come there and kind of elevate this league to a level where, I don't know, I think it'll be on par. I don't know about on par with MLS, but similar in terms of overall competition. And I think they have a goal. They want to be one of the top, 10 leagues in the world by, whatever date. So they're going to throw enough money at it, so they'll probably see that happen. So whether the valuation long term, I mean, would you rather bet on America or Saudi Arabia? In my opinion, I would always bet on the U.S., right?
Yeah, I would bet on the U.S., especially with the farm leagues the MLS is coming out with and stuff like that. And they have the cup teams, like the U.S. Hunters Open Cup is starting to become more popular. So, I'd probably bet on the U.S.
World Cup. We have the World Cup coming 2026. Like, ultimately, too, it's a lifestyle choice, right? Saudi Arabia, it's – if you're, they still have some human rights issues. Like I heard Messi's wife didn't.
I would not want to live in Saudi Arabia.
Riyadh or Miami? It's like, to me, a no-brainer. But, turning down $1 billion would also be very difficult, right? Messi did that, though. So, ultimately, I think the upside of owning an MLS team, I think that was very enticing. I also think it's unprecedented that he's getting royalties from the TV rights. Like, I think that's why he's not getting, if I had to guess, why he's not getting ownership off the rip. Like, because the rumor was, when it was the first I heard of it, Messi is being offered ownership to come to MLS, to go play for Miami, right? And he's interested. Now he's getting a revenue share from the Apple TV rights. This is like what the owners get, but he's a you know what I mean?
He's a player, yeah.
He's a player.
No,
He's
it's
not a
like what
team.
every player wants to get, and they
Yeah.
always talk about it, and he actually got it.
But this is what the teams split amongst themselves. So it's unprecedented. This would be like if the next NBA TV deal gets done and they were like, oh, yeah, so all the teams are going to share in the revenue, right? And then LeBron is also going to get 5%. Like, what? Like, it's just, it's unprecedented. And I think that, you know, a lot of people are going to buy this MLS package to see Messi play, for real. I know I will want to see Messi play. I know you will too. You like soccer. So, you know, I think it's a great move. I'd rather be in Miami than Riyadh. I think after you reach a certain level of wealth, depending on what your goals are, ultimately, like, Messi is probably going to be a billionaire at some point. What's the difference between now or 10 years from now? He's got plenty of money. He's got nothing to worry about. He's a legend. He's the greatest soccer player of all time. And
the wife, family, and kids definitely want to live in Miami.
Yeah, and I'm happy for the MLS. I really am. It's a big W. Barca wanted him back. Like, it's incredible. Yeah.
Charlie Chip says Benzema is smart to go into Saudi Arabia. Benzema left Real Madrid. He's going to Saudi?
Yeah. So he went to Al Ittihad, which is like, you know, it's another Saudi team. And Benzema also is a Muslim. And I think, you know, it makes sense for him, right?
Makes
you
sense.
know, like Karim Benzema has done everything that he can possibly do, I think, in European football. He's one of the greats as well. He's not Messi, but he's great. He's getting, what, 100 mil a year? He got 200 mil guaranteed. Good for him. Good for Benzema. Like, he's awesome. Good for him. I think it makes sense for him, you know. So, but it depends. It just depends. I think Messi in Miami is a great fit. And they're building a new stadium. Like, it's just going to be unreal. It lines up with the World Cup coming. Like, he's not going to be totally washed, you know, in 3 years by any means, you know. And I just think it's going to be a big deal for U.S. soccer. They were comparing.
I think it's going to be such a big deal. I think a lot of the Americans are kind of underestimating how big soccer is going to become once the World Cup comes over here.
It's such a great sport. And it's the one sport where if you're good, guess what? You got to go overseas to play. And you got to go at a young age if you really want to be serious about it. So it's unique in that, you know, every other sport, for the most part, major sports, you're good. You got to come to the U.S., right? The best leagues, the best everything. It's the one sport where, guess what? You got to go overseas. And a lot of young kids aren't mature enough to do that. And I understand why. And that's a tough decision and everything else. But if you want to be great, we need a lot more like Christian Pulisic types, people that are ready to go over there at a young age and go to Germany or wherever, you know, to really be immersed in this serious soccer. So hopefully, you know, we keep improving and, you know, we get to the point where, you know, people won't have to go overseas to do that. And, you know, MLS can rise and like U.S. soccer will be elevated. We're
starting to see that, though. We're starting to see that. More of the college kids are starting to enter the MLS draft. I mean, they're getting shipped out on loans to the big European teams and never coming back home. But I mean, it's a start. Yeah. You got to start somewhere, right?
It is a start. And you are seeing I mean, it's still to the point where the best prospects that Team USA is getting are these guys that have like dual options. And it's like, for whatever reason, they spurn England or they spurn Spain and decide to come play for the US, which is cool. And like, it's good that we're getting more, you know, talent to come to the team, you know, USA. However, it's still a testament to how down I think U.S. soccer is overall when the best prospects we're getting are still these guys who are legitimately living overseas and grew up overseas. They just have an American parent, so they have the option to play for the U.S. national team. When we get one of those guys, like a Gio Reyna or like another, you know, we just got someone else, I forget his name, but he had an England option or U.S. and he picked us, and the guy is
I'm not complaining.
Yeah. No, it's good though, but it also is, I think, a testament to how down we are. But that's it for me. I've talked enough. But thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it. And I love having you on the app. You're throwing out some great content, great plays on there. And for anyone who doesn't know, check out Sharps. Totally free social network for bettors, free plays, tail bets, find the sharps, fade the squares, fade all my plays. I lose all the time. But we have some great stuff cooking up. We have an Android version coming out before football season. So if you're on Android, just stay patient. We got you covered very soon. And check us out.
Yeah, make sure you follow my guy, Chalky Phillips, over there and go download the app, Sharps app. It's a great app. Signed up for it about 2 weeks ago. And I have all great reviews, man. It's a great little app, and it makes my life a little bit easier when it comes to the tracking side of things. So instead of doing it by myself or something like that, I got an app that does it for me. And especially if you fire off a lot of live bets, I feel like it's perfect because it already tracks it for you. And when you're out and about and stuff like that, it's honestly a perfect app.
Thank you, sir. No, I appreciate the kind words and, just always striving to create something that's not only useful for the betting community, but innovative and that makes everyone's life easier and more entertaining and taking your betting experience to that next level. So, just trying to get like you and start hitting more of them. But,
I'm trying to get like you, man. I mean, you're out here going to charity events looking like you're in a high-rise apartment over there, man. I mean,
listen,
you're living the life.
I live in Detroit, which apparently some people, would hate on, but I love it. What's it called? I had one more thing I was going to add. I lost my train of thought. You saw the guy that hit that dinger parlay last night, though?
Bro, that was wild.
Crazy.
Bro. So, for people that want to know what story we're talking about, inside the app, so you have the option to like post your bet, or you could just, if somebody can click your account or just look at your bets. And this dude posted this fucking crazy ass parlay. Honestly, when we started actually really digging into the player names of it, it felt a little bit chalky, but have the balls to put it all on one ticket was fucking crazy. He hit a 5-leg home run parlay. And I believe it was on FanDuel, and that is for Dinger Tuesday. So he definitely made a lot of cash on that and didn't have to pay a lot.
Plus 96,000, I believe, and some change odds. So $100 would have paid almost $100K, which is just, oh man. I mean, we should all be so lucky. I mean, even if you had $1 on it, that's $1,000, which is pretty nuts.
Dude, even if you put 50 cents on it, you'd probably make $100 or $200 or whatever.
Yeah,
so, I mean, it's a great way to make some money, man. Looking at the app, looking at see what people are on. Because sometimes I feel like we've been looking inside the app. Everybody fades the Oakland A's. It's like they're not that bad.
They're not that bad. That's the thing. But for a long time, it was working, and it's an easy strategy when you're like, I hate betting baseball, but I'm bored and I want to bet something. So why don't I just fade the worst team? And, it was effective, and you played that juice and everything else, but you paid that juice. But then, why I wasn't fading the Oakland A's? Because I wasn't trying to take, minus 300, money lines and then see them get upset and then be like, all right, I feel like such an idiot. So
I
look for value.
I feel like anytime I'm thinking about betting the Oakland A's, I'm thinking about fading it. But my man, the myth, the legend, he just came out the locker room with your boy Eric Anders. We're talking about your boy Eric Anders. Mills, can you believe somebody put in the chat they was on Mark Andre Dariu? I told him when Eric Anders does an interview with my guy MMA Locker Room, it's a lock bet.
All right.
Yeah, man.
This is where I dip out.
Yeah, he came on cashing too, man. He came on confident, man, saying put the money on me too as well. So, definitely looks like he's going to be having that confidence going into that fight. So, yeah, Barry out, man. I don't know, man. It's gonna be a hard one. It's going to be hard to pull it off.
This is one of those fights, though, wherever how it goes, man. We'll make some money. Yeah, I know, Big Show. We got 3 shows going on at once. I'm about to wrap this up soon. I just wanted to make sure everybody got on. And, had a little bit of screen time because this is a blowout, Mills. You had any bets going off in the locker room today?
I actually did, man. I haven't seen any of this game yet, so let me hope that they cash. Just tell me Gabe Vincent went over 13.5.
No, bro. He picked up 2 quick. Bro, he started off the game hot, picked up 2 quick fouls, and I was just about to live bet him, and he picked up 2,000, subbed out the game, and hasn't came back in. Talk about a little bit about your player prop videos, man, because I've been tailing them the last couple of days, and I've been making some cash, man. Mills, let the people know, man, what you've been up to over on the side of things. You're now over here at Pulse Sports Radio.
Oh yeah, man, definitely, man. Everybody out there need to check out this interview that I did with Casey O'Neill, man, on Pub Sports Radio. Yeah, it's real nice out there, and then yeah, you know how I go, Billy. I ain't about to,
Yeah, I
you know.
feel you. I feel you. I mean, if you want to follow all the Mills and shit, you just gotta be
Appreciate
inside
it
the
though.
locker room.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it, but
Nah, bro, that shit really been because that shit comes up on my little for you
oh,
page on my YouTube, and
got
I
it,
click the
got it,
joint.
got it,
Bro,
got it.
no bullshit. I be on like 3 or 5 of the same joints as you, and I'd be like, all right, today gonna be a good day. I ain't talked to Mills about it. He already on this prop. This K prop definitely about to hit. If Mills is giving out a K prop, that shit about to hit.
Yeah, nah, man. I've been doing the K props though for a minute, man. I always had that little pitch to get rich. It's just I ain't been tracking them for like the last 2 years and stuff like that. But I've been on strikeout props since Glassnow was at 6.5 when Bieber was at 7.5. Like I'm talking about K props from back then, but definitely,
Charlie
man.
Chip says Casey O'Neill needs to learn how to use her face as a fist, not use her face as a fist. I mean, yo, the one thing I'll give respect about Casey O'Neill is when she did that interview with you. I won't ruin it for the people a little bit, but she answered the questions without even answering the questions, if you know what I mean. Like she talked about the shit. She was like, yeah, I ain't really been doing interviews like that, but you hit me up. I had to come up on here. And I've been MIA for a little bit, and then she talked about her little bit of ventures, a little something about her family tree and stuff like that. A lot of interesting stuff because on paper you would think she's just a broad that fights or something like that, but it's more of a lot more family history connected into it that was very eye opening that you don't get out of a lot of interviews with Casey
Yeah,
O'Neill, especially Casey O'Neill.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Like she moved out, when she was 19 to Thailand and shit for like 3 years, just to learn Muay Thai, and everything like that. You gotta think about it. When you're a 19-year-old, woman, and probably a pretty woman at that, like you moving out to Thailand to dedicate your life to that. But yeah, no, she let me in on a couple of things, that I definitely didn't know about out there, But definitely, man, I just put it like this: she's young in her career. I think she's 9-1. She's only gonna get better in time. In time. She definitely got a lot to work on. But definitely though, man, I just appreciate it though, because like you said, she don't give interviews to a lot of people, so she definitely gave us one of the good ones though.
Like, bro, at all. Like the only other person I ever seen interview Casey O'Neill is Eric Hawani.
Yeah, let's go, man. Eric
Shout out to
Anderson,
the
though.
chat.
Let's see.
What'd
She
you
was doing some GoFundMe's for. Oh yes, yeah, Charlie. Yeah, she was, man. So yeah, man. This one of the guys out there in Thailand, man, is like losing his foot right now. And she was promoting the GoFundMe for him and stuff. And like, it's sad, man. Like she was posting the pictures of the guy, like while they were doing the stuff on his foot. It's just purple and blood. It's crazy graphic, and it's just crazy to know this. And when I see that, it's like this is like somebody out here going to a camp trying to train and learn skills, and they end up losing a leg or something. And it's like, wait, what? Like I got a staph infection now. I'm losing my leg, and I'm over here just trying to learn skills and become a fighter and stuff. It's kind of crazy, man. It's kind of crazy, man.
Nah, but that is true though, Big Show. I'm not gassing no up at all. I mean, like, really look up Casey O'Neill interviews and let me know who the fuck pop up besides Daryl Hawani, bro. Like, ain't a whole lot of names, bro.
Facts, man. Facts on that. She got a fight coming up too, man. I'm still trying to get it out of her who her opponent is. She ain't tell me though. But I think it's either I position Tracy Cortez. Just because I want to see, but Tracy Cortez, Angela Lee, and then with somebody else. But I think it's Viviana Roju.
Okay, I think they need to give her one of those old Asian vets that going out the windows, grab a quick dub, make sure she is the one. Because I mean, if you really think about it, the fight that Casey O'Neill took, that wasn't the best stylistic matchup against Jennifer Maia, and that was maybe just a little bit.
Yo, fuck that, Billy. What you got locked up for PFL tomorrow, man? PFL is right around the corner tomorrow. Shout out to everybody that bet on PFL, man. We was one of the first streams over at covering PFL like about 2-3 years ago, man. When COVID was happening and stuff. But did some PFL media forum, so check it out on my Instagram and Twitter. Talked to Brandon Lofney, talked to Bubba Jenkins. those things are going viral right now. They retweeted my stories and interviews. So you got
that was one of your best. That was one of your best interviews. With the PFL was the Brandon Loughnane one. That was one of the ones where I rewinded a couple of times. It was like that was some real shit you was asking him.
You appreciate it, man. You know how it go, man. Impa Kasagny's on that card. I think he's a lock for sure. Tomorrow. What you betting tomorrow?
I think a little bit more. I want to talk about the playoff scenarios because that's really where you get like value in some of these lines. Like, for example, Josh Severia, he clinches a playoff spot with any win of any kind, so he can win by finish or by decision. He's minus 600. Granted, it's a big price tag, but Bubba Jenkins is in the same exact spot. So all the big favorites are in spots where they have to either get a finish or win. Bubba Jenkins clinches a spot with a finish in any round. So Bubba Jenkins is the decisionator of a lifetime. PFL say, you want to fight in the playoffs? Go finish this bull. We put you in the playoffs. Martine Hamlet clinches a playoff spot with any win of any kind. So all these people that need these playoff wins or just a win in general, those are the type of people I'm looking to parlay. But you know what name that came up on the prelims that caught my eye, man? And I always cap the fight before I look at the line. And when I saw Taylor Johnson at plus money against Andrew Sanchez, that is the underdog of the night. That is the best underdog bet of the card. Plus 115 on my guy, Taylor Johnson, beating Andrew Sanchez. We've been fading Andrew Sanchez for how long? And the one thing I don't like about Taylor Johnson is his gas tank. Mills, how many times have we bet on this dude and he fuck around and lose that shit in the third round? Well, great thing for us. Andrew Sanchez, that motherfucker's gas tank is horrible. He gets finished. Let's be exact. I wrote this shit down. He's been finished 4 out of his last he's been finished 4 times in the third round, bro. That's wild. 4 out of 6 of his fights that he's lost have all been in the third round. So if he doesn't have better cardio than Taylor Johnson, and we don't have to worry about Taylor Johnson's cardio, he's going to go out here, wrestle fuck Andrew Sanchez and cash us his plus 115 ticket. We bet on dude in Bellator before when we used to do the Bellator streams, and he cost us big money before. But now we're getting plus money on him. This is the spot. We bet him on both Challenger Series cards for the PFL. Smash. So, I mean, how do you feel about the Taylor Johnson-Andrew Sanchez fight?
Man, can't trust both of those fighters. But if you ask me, I think the line is kind of right. I'll kind of look a little bit at Sanchez, but then I would have to really see the weigh-ins and see how they both look, which the weigh-ins did come out today. But I don't know. To me, I don't got a strong read on that one at all.
You know what they say though, in regional scene MMA fights, pick'em lines is when you blindly bet the underdog.
Well, yeah, I mean, but this ain't that though, man. Like we've been capping for years now, so certain rules apply to me that I can't just abide by, like those are for the people that just maybe start betting like 2 years.
I look a little.
I don't know which way to go. I know which way to
deeper
go.
though, man. Sanchez is coming in, so they had a drug thing that happened in the PFL where hella fighters got pulled off. Sanchez got called up for it, man. So,
so this wasn't so he wasn't. Damn, all right. So this was a short notice. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. See, that changes a little bit. But yeah, I don't know, man. Let's yeah, man. I don't know on that one, man. I think yeah, man, it's a lot of big favorites on this card, man. It's a lot of big favorites. What do you think about
I'm with you though. Impa's the best parlay, one of the best parlay pieces on the card.
Yeah, man. Just check it out, man. I might put something out for y'all. It might be a little parlay for y'all tomorrow. Follow
People
that.
want to know though, Mills, if they gave you a bet in your account today for Game 4 for the NBA Finals, what would you take, man? You think the Heat bounce back Game 4 before we go on out here?
Bro, I'm taking what I know is going to happen. Jokic is going to go over his point prop. Bet that. I mean, just bet that, bro. Like if you guys want a team, put your money on the Nuggets. They ain't losing this shit. They were supposed to win last game. The motherfuckers really thought that he was going to win this game. I'll tell y'all one thing I learned 2 years ago. Never bet on the Heat.
Never bet the money. If you think you bet the Heat, do some more research. Bet the total.
I get it. Some people might have won at certain times. You will. But trust me, when you think you're going to bet the Heat, never bet the Heat. I did 6 live NBA streams and learned that lesson. And I bet him the 7th time just to try to prove myself wrong a year later. Never bet the Heat. Take him with all the points, though. All the points with the teaser. Yeah, you might pull it out, bro. You might pull it out. But Nuggets all day, man. Nuggets in 5. That's been the rhyme.
That's been the rhyme, real rap. Gentleman sweep, get the people tuned in. But if people want to tune in to Million Mills and what you got going on before we get on out of here, Mills, where can they find you? The baddest man in the locker room, the only man in the locker room that I know. He's interviewing your favorite fighters, and he's getting them shits under the table for free, man. While your boys is out here paying for them. Well, look at them chumps out there, Mills. Let them know where they can find you at.
Yo, man, I know all 17 of y'all live watching right now got an Instagram or a YouTube or anything like that. So follow me on MMA Locker Room, man. Interviewing your favorite fighters out there, putting out all the media and everything like that. Look it up, see what you find. Guaranteeing it'll be something that you like. Shout out to everybody, though, man. Check me out on Saturdays at the live stream with y'all, man. Y'all need to sign up for the UFC Pub Sports Radio contest. It's the easiest thing out. You win $100 just for signing up. I ain't got nothing more to say. If you ain't trying to get paid, that's the best way to go.
1,000%. Shouts to anybody that's still watching. If you are watching, go to the other live stream videos over here on Pub Sports Radio. We got all different shows going on tonight. We had 3 different shows going on at one time. So, till next time, we out.